Hey, what's up, collecting crew, and welcome to Hot Talk episode 30. What is it? 36 on this February 1st. I'm Jay Feezy. This is Feezy's Figures. Appreciate you joining me. For those of you who are already here watching the live, and for those of you catching the replay, appreciate your time all around. Your time is always appreciated. So thank you for joining me. Yeah, first Hot Talk of February. Yeah, that's right, folks. We're already there, 1 month down. It seems like, something we always say as we start the year, right? Man, I can't believe it's March. Man, I can't believe it's April. And it's just time waits for no one. Yep, and let alone, neither does Hot Toys. Hot Toys just keeps coming on. So this episode in particular, quite a few releases. You're definitely going to need your back card for this one because there's so many releases that come out. I mean, fortunately, I'm not getting all of them. I think there may be a couple, one or two that I'm getting. I can't remember. But yeah, more releases and announcements. We got a trio of announcements on this one. And then I have some discussion topics I want to get into towards the end here. So let's see how that goes. We'll kind of save them there towards the end. But yeah, I want to also mention this episode right here is a good example. I think one to bookmark and one that I'm going to note down that the figures in this episode is one of the aspects that I enjoy about collecting. And that's just the diversity part of it, right? There's something for everyone here that I'm going to be covering. And sometimes that's not always the case. Usually it's either all Star Wars, all mostly Marvel, mostly Star Wars, or mostly DC. And we have some of that sprinkled in here. But even outside of that, you have stuff from TV shows, from comics, from movies. It's just awesome. And it's just one of the things, again, that I love about this hobby. And you guys know me. I just like the options, the diversity, and we all know we're in a high time. I don't know if that's a prime time of collecting, but we're in one of the high times of collecting. There's just so many great things out there. And I'm not even covering it all here. I cover some of the other ones in my Figure Lowdown episode. I'm pointing it's back there. Yeah, you can see it right there. Figure Lowdown. So, but I meant my other episode, a stream video Figure Lowdown. It's just, yeah, man, it's really tough being a collector too, because it's overwhelming amount of figures, but it's just, oh man, I want them all, but you can't have them all. You just can't. But all right, well, enough of that about that. I just want to, again, something I wanted to share is just, man, I was looking at this list of figures, damn, this is all some good figures here. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. Then I'll address the chat, all the lovely chat here. Thank you for joining. But let me bring in my panelists joining me here for now, ladies and gentlemen. You know him as Moose Dream, Mr. Moose.
Hello,
Moose of your dreams.
Collectors. Hello, community of collectors. Hello, community of collectors.
Wait, hello.
Hello.
Real quick,
how
Moose.
are you, buddy?
Good, sir. Good. Hope you're doing well this evening, man. Thanks again for joining me. Real quick, though, I think you touched on this before, but for those who missed it, so is Moose of your dreams, is that your official name going forward, or what's the deal with that?
My username is Moose Street, at Moose Street.
Right.
Okay, that's what I mean. I haven't looked into changing it back to 12-inch Moose Street. I don't think anyone cares if it says 12-inch or says Moose Stream. I mean, I just want to change it to Moose, but you can't do Moose because somebody else has Moose from God knows from 1989. Somebody owns Moose when they first created YouTube. There's only one Moose, so I would have to be Moose 99 million, something like that. So I don't want that.
Right? Yeah.
So I mean, do you want the story, or was that too much
Short
of a tangent?
How about this? So going forward, is Moose Your Dreams official? Is Moose Your Dreams official? Just answer that.
The Moose of Your Dreams was my name I created back for eBay. It was my eBay name. It was all one word too. Moose of Your Dreams, and so. So I needed a name. I wanted to be Man of Your Dreams on eBay when I first got eBay in 2000. 26 years ago this month, the last month, I got, on eBay finally when I got my first computer, my first dial-up computer. God forbid they didn't have any, Wi-Fi back then, And so when I was picking it, I said, I want to be Man of Your Dreams. They go, well, if you want to be Man of Your Dreams, you have to be Man of Your Dreams 18,944.
Right, you got to put a number, yeah.
I don't want that.
Yep.
How about, let me think. My friends call me Moose, so how about Moose of Your Dream? Maybe that's kind of clever. And it was, because nobody else had it, so I had Moose of Your Dream. Okay, and I've been Moose of Your Dream, since then on eBay. So you can still go on eBay and you might find something, but I took everything down, but I haven't been selling in about 5 years or something like that. But I had a heart attack in 2020. I kind of stopped it after like whatever I had sold. I only sold like a couple of things in the last couple of years. I did sell one big thing. I got a Disney Pixar Flow gas station that was on the premium version, and it lights up, and I sold it for $3,000. I bought it for $100. And I
going forward,
when someone wants to give you 30 times what you pay for it, so I'd love to keep it, and I just can't. I gotta let it go.
Yeah. Sounds like you came up on that one. Win. So going forward, then, Moose of your dreams. Well, actually, no. To us, you'll always be Moose. So stick with Moose.
It's Moose Dream. It's just Moose of your dreams that I'm just using here, right on this thing. You just call me Moose. I don't even need it. I can just take it off.
Yes.
Moose of your dreams.
I like that. There you go. Moose it is. Moose. You got it. That's that for sure. We'll definitely call you that one. But yeah, thanks again, Moose. I just wanted to get clarification on that to see, because seems like in some channels you're repping Moose your dreams, but yeah, always Moose. Like Valkyrie Magnus, my man Valkyrie Magnus says here, Moose. Speaking of, let me go ahead and address the chat here. Of course, we got Valkyrie Magnus, my man. Thank you for joining. Hope you're having a good night so far, and wind down to the weekend, right? Kinda getting ready to go back on the grind for this coming week. We got Gio, the movie canon. What is up, good sir? The movie canon, friend of the channel. So if you haven't checked out his channel already, just check out the Friends of the Channel section of my YouTube channel, and you'll find his link there, among other Friends of the Channels there. And we had Figures Talk. Oh, man. Yeah, 5-hour stream. I think he said that was a record. Holy shit. So, yeah, I was just like, I was gassed towards the end, but we got through it. So if you're interested, you don't have to watch the whole 5 hours, but, it's in chunks. So, yeah, that was a trek, man. That was a journey. I'll tell you what. But yeah, thanks for coming through, Gio. Hope you're doing well, good sir. Of course, Moose always engaging with the chat. Love to see it. Double duties. Hello, community collectors. I need to do an extreme unboxing tomorrow for my 66-pack cycle and an Inner Bay 3-pack of Men in Black. Here come. Yeah, so gorgeous. So yeah, I'll put his link in the description below after the stream. Of course, Moose stream, his channel, his YouTube channel, so you can check out his content. He already has some unboxings out there. Go show him some love if you enjoy what he's doing. And of course, 16 Musketeers, he runs that group on Facebook. I'll put that in the description below, where it's just collectors, like-minded collectors sharing their stuff, their collections. Moose is, he has he has a wide collection, so he has a lot of stuff to share on there. So thanks for Moose for engaging there in the chat.
Wide like my belly. Let me see.
Yeah, wide like your belly. Yeah. Magnus also getting hyped. LFG, Feezy and friends, yes sir, let's go. We got Ass Chase in the house. What up, Ass Chase? Is what up, plastic crackheads? Thank you for coming through, good sir. Yeah, see, movie canon, Gio saying I care, Moose. Yeah, see, people care. Blue Tattoo in the house. What up, Blue? Yeah, we got you, Moose. Yeah, man, Moose sticks. Moose is gonna stick. So yeah, Blue Tattoo, S Beam, the Beam Brothers, Blue Beam as I like to call them. Also friends of the channel. Collector's Figure every Monday. Actually, tomorrow they got one scheduled. So yeah, Friends of the Channel section as well if you want to check out their work and show them some love as well. Thanks for coming through, Blue. We got Tijuana Mike, King Churro in the house. What is up? Happy Sunday, collectors. His Mike, thank you for coming through, good sir. You can also catch him on Collector's Figures on Mondays. Yeah, and speaking of S Beam in the house, S Beam CF, Beezy's 20 or we riot. Sorry to disappoint again. I know we haven't been slacking these past couple episodes, but yeah, we just the panelists haven't been there, so I just want to I don't want to put all that pressure on one person. So when we get more, maybe we want to do like a morning stream. I know this time is difficult for a lot of people to catch it live because of this when I do it, but I try to mix it up and do one in the morning maybe at some time, and that's when we usually do Feezy 20. But
don't worry, a morning stream is a midday stream.
That's true. Yeah, morning for me. Then I should say here on the West Coast. Yeah, morning for me. Me on the West Coast here. Yeah, always leading that movement. Feezy's 20 or we riot. All right. Yeah, Valkyrie's confirming lots of stream, but lots of fun. And he just reminded me here, looking at the icon. So as I've been doing recently, two viewing modes for your viewing pleasure. We got vertical, horizontal. If you're watching one aspect or one viewing angle and you want to switch the over, just go back to my channel and you'll find the link to the other view there. So you have either or, and the chats are separate. Last I checked, those are two separate things. So just keep in mind that as well.
Can I do my separate rant on this thing? Can I do my separate rant on that?
We'll hold off till the end, Moose, because like I said, we got a lot of figures to get through, so I want to make sure I want to get through.
I love the figures that you have in the list, though. They're all good. They're all great, and there's nothing like it really go, oh, but we'll
that
see.
one. Well, speaking of, nice segue there. Thanks again, setting it up, man. The layup. First up, going through releases as usual. Then we're going to go through the announcements. 3 announcements in this one towards the end. So first up, we got the theme of this hot talk of this episode, the girl herself. We got Jinx here from Arcane. This is based on her season 1 appearance. I don't think it actually says that. I can't recall, but just looking at it, if you guys know, you know that this is kind of like her season 1 look. But yeah, Jinx announced November of 2024. So a little over a year here for this figure. I actually discussed her on Hot Talk episode 8, and we went more in depth, as I usually do, in detail, I should say, with this figure. So if you're interested in hearing more about this figure, go back and check that out. I will have the link in the description as well. If you want to jump back, we go over, like I usually do, to accessories and a little more info on the figure itself. So we're just going over the blogger's release for this one. $275 USD was the price on that one, though. So let me switch it over here. Where we at? Right off the bat, man, she looks great. This is this is one where I thought initially I had passed on. I was actually more on the fence because I got Vi. I for sure wanted Vi. So those of you who've seen the show, or who haven't seen the show, I should say, Vi is Jinx's sister in the show, right? And so I liked her character more. So I for sure I pre-ordered Vi. Then I held off on Jinx. I was trying to be strong and see if I needed both. And the longer I waited, I slept on it for a while. Like, you know what? She just is looking too good. So yeah, I pulled the trigger on her, and I'm glad I did, because she turned out great. A couple of things to note here. Her, which I don't know if they mentioned, but she does have luminescent paint on her eyes, but also on her weapons though too. So which I thought that was pretty cool. So it could have been just eyes, but they also added her weapons added some paint on her weapons too. But yeah, man, she looks awesome. Of course, we touched on this, the tattoos on her skin. She's one of the few so far Hot Toys figures that they've done that. And that's one of the things I pointed out during this announcement for this figure. But yeah, man, looking good, seamless body. I don't think her torso is seamless, because the figure hideout unboxing that I've seen, he was able to twist her mid torso here, and it seems like the joint is just underneath her shirt here, which is fine, right? Because you can't see it. That's like one of the cool things about having good figure design, is being able to hide those joints. And otherwise, like, that would kind of make it seem like they just kind of blend into the figure. So yeah, and he was able, in his video, if you go back and watch it, he was able to rotate her torso no problem. But
how many joints are you hiding, Feezy?
Yeah, how many is she hiding? I don't know. How many think she's? You think she's a big time smoker?
I don't know. I doubt it. I think she's clean. She's. I think she's beautiful. I saw her. I've forgotten if they had put that up before I watched the show, or I watched the show and I saw that they were putting up figures for it. But when I saw it, I was like saying, "Oh, I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna get that." That's just for that shark gun. This is the accessory, make it better, make it out. That Wednesday figure, I've got it for the accessories, for Christ's sakes, even if the figure's like subpar or not the greatest, not 100% perfect likeness, but all that stuff that they gave you with it, the hand or the thing, you can't really screw that up unless, we made it purple or something stupid color. But, this girl, is beautiful. And that whole thing, her and Vi, I only pre-ordered her just the other day because it said low stock. I go, I'm not going to let that go away. I'm not losing that one. I'm not going to have to go fight that one and go to Maybang. Maybang Collectibles is, okay. And they gave me my Batman, Returns 2.0, but they don't allow you to return anything. It's not like Sideshow, even though they get it from Sideshow. They don't have anything on Maybang Collectibles. So if you're really hurting for a figure, and you want to get it, and they might have waitlisted on Sideshow, you might be able to find it on Maybang Collectibles. MAYBANG Space Collectibles.
But you got this one here? So you ended up pre-ordering Jinx?
I didn't get her from that. I got her from Sideshow. It was still up there on Sideshow. But I think I got the Batman 2.0. I got the Iron Spider sculpted, even though I'm not the artisan, because I joined that waitlist on Sideshow too, but just to make sure I get it, I got that. and I also got I got an extra TVA. Wolverine.
So you said you got. So you got. Are you going to get Vi also then?
I'm gonna get Vi eventually. She's not waitlisted yet. She's not, she's not low stock yet. So I can still have time to get her. I'll probably get her.
Yeah.
And I'm very.
She looks great, man. I like the hands. Like she has this. Jinx here looks. She has like this. I'm not sure what this is. Some sort of like finger covering here for her middle finger. That's kind of. I forget why. It's been a minute since I've seen the show, but yeah, it's. Oh, speaking of, in the previous Hot Talk that I mentioned where we discussed her announcement, I also went through other figures I'd like to see, and I had some pictures too. So if you're interested in going back and checking that out, yeah, I had like other characters, including like Ambessa, Echo, I think was another one, and then I forget. I think there was another one, but I think those were at least the other ones I'd like to get from the show. Yeah, awesome show, man. So you said you saw the show, Moose? Or no?
I've watched 2.5 episodes. I want to watch the whole both season. I just haven't had a chance to. I loved them. I loved what I've seen so far, and I'm gonna want to watch more. But it's like I just got to put it on the list. Find the time to do it. There's so many things I haven't seen, like Derry. Welcome to Derry, and any of that stuff. And I'm way behind. Watching things. And I watch too many streams, Feezy. I'm on too many.
No, man, I'm with you. Yeah.
Sometimes a week.
There's a lot.
More than that, But I watch too many streams. It just sucks up all my time. I love talking about figures more than I do like anything else. Like even watching shows about figures. But and I like I'm hunting for figures, and that's the best part of. That's the most fun. That's the most fun is just hunting for a figure at a bargain price. Trying to weasel my way into getting figures for a bargain price. And, and I, in the back of my head, if I was a billionaire, I would hire a couple of people and we'd make a museum and we'd have all the hot toys, from from A to B, one to A to Z, hot toys, one to 900, whatever they are. Because right now, because I'm getting into the icons line. I got a James Dean figure recently, so. I love Jinx, and that's because you know what Jinx reminds me of. It reminds me of Across the Spider-Verse, because that's the same directors I think worked on it, or they're producers of it, and it reminds me of Spider-Man across the Spider-Verse, or into the Spider-Verse. The artwork. It reminds me of that. So I'll put a pose Jinx and Vi with like Spider-Man and Hobie and Miles G. When I'm gonna get those, when I have that, I'll put together. Other than that,
I don't know if it was I don't know if it was the same director, but no, that would be a cool display. Yeah, I don't. Yeah,
well,
but
Lord and Miller are the producers. Lord and Miller are the producers
for the show.
Yeah,
for Spider-Man they were, but I can't. I think that was the case, right? For Spider-Man, I don't.
They're directed, on TV, nobody's a director, but unless you do a specific episode. But Lord and Miller are the executive producers. They're the showrunners. As far as I know,
you might be right. Yeah, I can't remember. Yeah, because there's like multiple episodes, right? So it probably has like different directors. Yeah, it does say there's like different directors here. So, but maybe you're. I don't know if Lord and Miller were part of this at all. But yeah, it's been a minute since I looked it up. But one thing I was gonna say on this too, that I noticed when I saw the unboxing of this and in this photo here. Let me go back to it. Is the knees here. So it has seamless arms, right? So that's for sure. But I guess the knees are not even like, it doesn't like they're like their typical Hot Toys joint. Even like when Hot Toys do like visible jointed knees for figures, this one has like it's interesting. I'm not sure what the reasoning was behind this, but it's way back there. Okay, let me hold on here. So yeah, it just has like a sharp angle when you bend the knee about like 90 degrees or so, or even 80 degrees. And so that was just kind of interesting why Hot Toys went that route. I mean, when it's just when she's standing, it's hidden with the pants, right? So you can't really see it. Let's see here. Let me see if I can go through it. There's one photo here we can kind of, it's more prominent. Well, it's kind of here. That's not the one I was talking about, but you kind of see what I'm talking about here. It's like a little more sharp here. I mean, even still, here it looks like it's probably passable. It looks a little more like animated and seamless, but there's another one where it has like more of a sharp edge to it. And really
I don't know, it doesn't bother me. I got Harley Quinn from ages ago from the first one, so she got big cracks. I'm still getting the artisan one, with the silicone knees and everything. So
right here, So this right here, you see this? Yeah, right here. You see how like it kind of jags up. It's actually like a 90-degree angle right here. So
Well,
it's
it looks
kind
like
of interesting.
Mondo Mattel. You know, it looks like Mondo Mattel, Marvel Legends. You're
Well,
just
no,
hiding.
even like on those, that's what I was referring to. Like even on those figures, they have like there's like a middle piece, right? There's like the top of the shin and the lower part of the thigh, but in between those, there's more of like a curved. For the knee, there's usually like a curved part of it too that kind of makes it at least a little more rounded. But here, it looks like they just left that part out, and it's just more sharp. So I mean, I don't know. That's just that still might be there. It just might be designed differently. It's just something that I noticed. I'm still getting the figure either way, but I don't know. I haven't seen a lot of people mention this, so I don't know if again it's just something to consider when you get this figure in, so not to be too surprised, like and kind of be like, oh shit, what the hell. And you see this there, just FYI, that might be a thing. So I don't know. Maybe we'll see as more reviews come out for this figure. More people may point it out. Whether that bothers you, I'll leave that up to you guys. But again, I just wanted to point it out here. And like I said, it's just an interesting choice. I'm getting it regardless, but it's just I feel like some people are going to be a little pissed off at that. Oh, and right here too, you can kind of see there's like some overlap here, unless that's just an illusion here with her pants. You see how it's kind of tucked into the knee joint here.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah, so just again, just something I was just pointing out. Only because too, like was that whole in our Hermione's situation, like people got a lot of people were vocal about that and they wanted to get that fixed, and it's just more so than others, and so it in our, as you guys know, ended up addressing that, and they made the knee seamless for that Hermione 1/6 scale Harry Potter figure. And so, I wonder if that's going to be the case here too. If people are going to at least want some. I mean, it's already out, so it's kind of too late. So I guess there's nothing Hot Toys can do about it right now. But yeah, again, just something to if that's going to be bothering people or not. I just thought it was interesting. Anything else on this on Jinx here? Actually, hold on. Let me bring up.
Do you think they'll make another one? Do you think they'll make another? Is there any besides Vi? What else can they make? There's nothing else to make from that show. Have you watched the whole thing?
I have seen the whole thing. Yes, thank you for bringing that up. Good question there. I think so. Yeah, it's two possibilities here. I think it is possible, right? Obviously, it is possible for Hot Toys to do this, but there are a couple more looks she had in the show. So if they do renew, if they do come back with another season, I can't remember if it's confirmed they're doing a season 3.
They're not doing another season. I only think they're doing it. That's it. They've done 2 seasons. That's it. It's really expensive what they did. They did think they did it all at once too. And I think they did it all at once, from what I recall hearing. So I mean, I don't think they'll be coming back with that. It's too expensive to do another third. They'd have to do like 3 or 4 seasons to make it worthwhile. And I don't know if they have time. God, the Lord and Miller are still trying to get Spider-Man across the Spider-Verse. Part 3, part 2 of the second movie.
Right.
Out, and they're not going to come out till next year. Still, like, come on, what the fuck? Come on, get going.
Yeah, it takes a while. It takes a while to
animate
animate these movies. Yeah. What? Real quick before I go on to the comparison photos, as I usually do, proto versus finals here. Ladies and gentlemen, we got another panelist joining us. You know him as X-Man Supreme. Dave, what's up?
Dave.
Good sir.
Hey, what's going on? I just jumped onto YouTube and I saw Jinx. I said, whoa.
Yeah, whoa. Missing your girl here. You're missing out on your girl.
David, you can hold the fort a moment while I go step aside. I'll be right back.
Oh, goodness. Okay.
We're swapping out here. So let me,
I gotta go to the little moose room.
Yeah. I'm going to switch over here to the comparison here. Where are we at? Okay, here we go. Proto on the left, final on the right of our girl Jinx here. So, whoops. Okay, wait, is this still come up? No. Okay, good. I as I said before, I think this still looks great. Dang, I keep bringing that up. I don't really. I mean, it isn't based on an animated figure, right? So, like, her likeness represents that. So, I don't know, like, how particular. I mean, like, people may find things that I'm just not seeing, but you guys know me. I'm not really one for to point out those details like that. But I don't know. What do you think, David? Is there anything that I'm missing here, or does it look pretty good?
I think they both look great. I think we win.
Yeah, yay, we win. I
think we win. This is one figure that I think is good in the fact that, because a lot of people, there's different camps in the whole light up or swappable eyes, or doing the UV thing for
Right.
effect. And I think this is one of those figures where the UV thing really, really works, because anyone who's seen the show knows that's part of the vibe anyway. So so it's not a big deal to have a shelf of her, and even Vi, where you get the black lights going for the effects on her eyes and on her weapons and stuff, because that's just part of there's areas in the show that are exactly like that. But
for sure, yeah.
But either way, she looks fantastic. I'm very happy that I have her on order. I am very much looking forward to having her. I try to stay away from figures that don't fit the top 3, and it's just really hard to do when you get something like this.
Yeah,
because this show is fantastic. Jinx and Vi are amazing. I wish they would make more, but I'm happy with these. I will take them.
I have zero self-control over anything that looks good.
No,
I'll buy something that I hate. Namely Clooney and Robin. Clooney, Batch, and Robin.
Hey, I'll stand behind you on that, because that's good. They're good. They look good.
Well, they're great figures, but it's a shitty movie.
It's an awful movie. You're absolutely right.
One thing I'm noticing here speaking of, we'll address, we'll come to those here. Those are on the list as well, the Batman and Robin figures here. But looking at again back at this, it's just minor. I mean, and this is a minor detail, so I don't know how much you'll notice this thing, even if they did do it on your shelf. But the little vein work around her eyes here, you can they're more prominent here. There's more blue, but on the final, the paint doesn't seem, and it could be the lighting. Also, one of those things where the lighting just not coming through. Wait, is this coming up? No, I have to go here to this. Here we go. Yeah, right here. So is that showing through? Yeah. So that see the lines coming out from around her eye, and they're not as prominent here. So just again something to point out. And then she does come with 2 sculpts here. So there's this one, and then she has this laughing one, or smiling, I should say, which I mentioned this when we discussed it. I would have liked a actual laughing, open mouth, laughing, kind of the newest is it the newest Harley, or one of the Harleys, the head sculpt they had for her? Oh, the red and black one, I think it was that one, how she was like that. It would have been good to have something similar for Jinx as well. And I know Dave has mentioned that also. That's something that we both agreed on there. Just something more expressive.
Making an open mouth figure is really hard, to get it right. I mean, Iconic, had that screaming head sculpt for Bale, for their American Psycho figure. And they had to go back to work on that so many times, I hear. That's why it was delayed. It was took forever to finally hit the streets, but they finally did. But, I mean, look at it. You have to figure out how to open the mouth and put a tongue in it, and teeth or whatever else, you want to make visible, I mean, it's not easy to do. I mean, it's easy to make a figure with just a smile, or even not even a smile, just a frown or whatever, just nothing, but you have to make something that has a tongue, that has a depth inside the mouth. That's pretty hard to get it right, to make make molds of that. I think so. I mean, that's what I think. Do I have any basis upon that besides what they were talking about? When they said they were delayed with the head sculpt on the Bale on the American Psycho. That's the basic of what I'm thinking it on.
Oh, okay.
It seems to be difficult for a likeness of a person, like a real living person. Yeah, but I think with something animated, it's probably not as difficult. But also, I think we're okay not having it here, because these sculpts that they did do, I think this one right here in particular is better than the prototype. I think because she looks a little too hard, a little too harsh lined in the prototype for this particular sculpt, and the one we got is softer and looks more, more cartoonish.
Oh yeah,
and I think that's better for this.
Yeah.
More, yeah. No, yeah, I think I agree with that. Yeah, let me go back here to this.
I'm probably not that picky.
I think this is the look. This is the look I probably would have for the head sculpt I use, because this is how I just remember her being just a little more more of a crazy maniac out of her mind.
Yeah.
And this one, I mean, she does have this look in occasional when she's kind of just somber neutral, and in a neutral is it's a safe bet anyways on figures, right? You can't go wrong with the neutral sculpt. But yeah, this one is just this is more her. This is Jinx right here for me.
Yeah, this looks really, really good. I do wish that it would be nice, and Blue has mentioned it, because he's getting, what, 3 or 4 of her?
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
to mod and make the different looks. I wish they would make that, because I'm not a modder. But her like the look that she had at the end of the show would have been really nice, because it actually would match the figure of Vi.
Yeah, yep.
And it would be nice to have an earlier version of Vi from around the time where they got together, on that second season, because that was just Vi looked hard as hell.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah.
That's the look I would prefer too. I mean, I'll take any Vi I can get, but yeah, I'm with you, man. That's the look I would have. And it's interesting, right? Again, like the choices they made here to go with like this look of Jinx and then that other look of Vi when they're like kind of mixed match. So it is. Yeah, no, I would have preferred her in her season 2 clothes or get up there. So,
but I'll take it.
Same. To Moose's question earlier, Dave, what do you think they're going to do other versions then? Hot Toys going to do other versions of these characters?
I doubt it. They only go so far, Yeah. Especially it seems like with the Netflix stuff, they've done Wednesday, they've done the one guy from Squid Game. Some would argue not even the important character to make figures of from Squid Game. If you're looking at like the guards and stuff, I haven't seen it. I don't know. I don't really care. But like, I feel as though they've said what they have to say on Arcane, and they even went so far as to do a couple of characters from League of Legends proper, who I guess they sold.
Yeah, they ended up selling out. Yeah, I was surprised though, but yeah, they did. Yeah.
But like, I don't know if the juice is worth the squeeze for them in their mind, So who knows? I think that it is. I think they'll say if they make Caitlyn, if they make Ambessa, if they make literally anybody else from the main cast of this show, they will do well. I would love to see Victor. But
I think it's Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, I think they're probably done, but they would do well to do more.
Yeah, and I think you were on that stream with me too when we discussed the announcement of this, and we were discussing like other characters we'd like to see from that show as well. But yeah, here's a photo showing off her luminous eyes, the luminous eye paint.
That looks so badass.
Yeah, that does look badass. And so I was watching. Mas o Menos? Shout out to Jose Plus. He had a Mas o Menos episode this past weekend, so I'll put that link in the description if you missed it. The first ever, they had 3 contestants on at a time, which was crazy. So that's their king. That's the Mas o Menos is a show where they do the King Shark Tank competition on there. But anyway, so they had a good discussion on this too, and someone was mentioning that that they think that this is going to be a low production figure, and I agree, because just listening to the streams that I've heard so far when they discuss this, a lot of people haven't seen the show. I heard a lot of, she looks cool, but I haven't seen the show, so I'm not familiar with her. Like that, surprisingly, from a lot of people, and so it's kind of seems like it's one of those that's going to be. I think Moose, mentioned that too. So you still need to watch it, but at least you started watching it. But
I watched it. I watched some of it. I'm going to watch all more of it. I'm going to watch the whole thing, and hopefully, if it's great, I'll watch the whole thing. And I heard it was great. So,
I encourage you to.
I haven't watched any of the Squid Game. There's already 2 seasons of that. I don't know how many shows.
There's like 3 actually for Squid Games.
Is there 3 coming out now? Oh my god! I
think there are 3.
I couldn't even get through 7 years of Clone Wars or 7 seasons of Clone Wars. There's a lot more episodes of Clone Wars. There's like 20 episodes a year or more. And some of those things.
There's a lot. Yeah.
And some of them suck. Some of the episodes are like just weak. But then on Clone Wars. So I try to I'm gonna try to.
They're not strong.
Give me the best ones to watch. Like the most essential ones. So
that's the way to go.
Away with that, because then if I really like it, I'll go back and watch the other ones that I missed.
That's definitely the way to go. But going back to Jinx here, Moose. So where I was going with that is because of that, I think that because a lot of people weren't familiar with this, and I mentioned before that a lot of the Hot Toys and other toy companies rely on pre-orders too, right, to determine how many they're going to make, and of course they do an extra percentage. So this may be one where when people do finally come around to watching it, I agree that they're going to be like, oh damn, that show is badass, I want to get this figure, but they've already made their production and it's kind of already over with, and so like the retailers, even like the mom and pop shops, they already put it in their order. I know a lot of them go based off pre-orders specifically and account for maybe a couple, and they submit theirs to Sideshow or whoever their distributor is. But yeah, then so once they get that allotment and they sell them, then that's most likely it, unless there's extra for replacements or whatever, like I mentioned. But after that, yeah. So I don't know. I think overall, it seems like there may not. I could be wrong. They could have made more, but it seems like this didn't really sell too well in the pre-orders, and so after the fact, it may come up. But yeah, like Moose was asking, like we were talking about earlier, they may do another version of this down the line if they do another season, or if they do seeing how, because I'm sure Hot Toys watches the secondary market as well. So if they see like certain figures doing well, I'm sure they may put out another version and just try to take a piece of that pie too. That if people are willing to pay, certain prices for figures, we're like, oh damn, well then we might as well put out another version and get some of that cut ourselves. So again, we don't ever know with Hot Toys. It's a possibility. It could happen, but it's not. There's no guarantee. But yeah, you're going to add something, Moose?
Well, I could easily see that this and Vi could have been an exclusive up to 1,500 apiece.
I don't know about that one. I don't think that would sell well. Yeah, if they, they would sell out for sure, but that would have been a bad decision, in my opinion, because I think they could have sold more. They're usually they're non-limited. It seems like they're more like in the tens of thousands or just under that, depending on the figure or the character. Whereas the limited stuff is usually the highest we've seen is 6,000, right? So if you want to go off the max for Black Widow, Artisan, it seems like that's like the highest I've seen on a limited quantity. So if we just use that as reference, that's like the max Hot Toys do. Just imagine how many they do of the regular release, right? It has to definitely be more than that. So I'm thinking maybe around 10,000-ish. I don't know. So
if it's like Black Friday prices, that's just the price. They just said it was a discount.
Yeah.
1,500 of this one figure, that's all they make of half of the figures that are like that. This time they're just telling you to generate buzz. So you think that 1,500 isn't a lot.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's true, because they don't limit. That's true, because they don't actually number it too, right? So that
no, they never tell us anything about numbers.
Yeah, they could be blowing smoke up our asses too. Yeah, that's true. There's no way. Then what do we have to go off of? Like everything they're telling us, we don't know if they're telling the truth or not, right? So it's like we have to have some sort of reference to measure ourselves. Hype. Otherwise, what's that?
Manufactured hype.
Yep, manufactured hype. Yeah. Yep. I'm pretty sure there's some of that has to do with it also. Yep. Let me address the chat here, and then we'll go on to the next figure. Like I said, we still got quite a few figures here, man. But yeah, beautiful figure, man. Beautiful figure. Let's see here. Ash Chase saying, I pre-ordered this, but for Haley. Yeah, but Haley did the voice for Vi, right?
Yeah, Haley was Vi. This is Ella Purnell.
That's right. Okay, yeah. But either way, yep, Ash, yeah, both of them coming home for me. They're coming home. Valkyrie Magda saying Vi is a great character. Yes, sir. Yep. We got JC, Johnny Chronicles in the house. What's up, my man? It's the evening, Feezy and Moose. This is before Dave joined us, so I'm sure he's wanted to throw in Dave as well. Auto reply, Dave says hi, Johnny Chronicles. Okay. And then Johnny, I mentioned this earlier, but I'm going to put the link to Moose's channel in the description after the stream, so if you want to go back and check out his unboxings, and I'm sure Moose will post that stuff in his Facebook group as well as other groups, so yeah, be on the lookout for that. But yeah, I'm sure Moose will hook you up there. Let's see here. Blues here is adding or confirming Christian, I don't know, that's Link A was the showrunner for Arcane. Okay, gotcha. Thanks, Blue. Yeah, and I know they had different, yeah, like we were talking about earlier, different directors. And Blue's also green. Yeah, they should have made the legs seamless as well. So yeah, especially with these other figures, those K-pop figures we talked about earlier. But this is obviously in development way before then. So I guess that's when Hot Toys did the transition for there. Yeah, X-Fan, I'm here. I don't have that clip. That's all Geo. It's me. It's me. We got Evangelium in the house. Yeah, what up, Evangelium? Thank you for coming through. Hey, Feezy and Moose and X-Men Supreme. Let's see here.
Where is? I'm not seeing any of these. Oh, because I'm in the vertical.
Yeah.
Fucking monkey nuts.
But thank you for keeping an eye on that, though, X-Man. Appreciate you. Blue saying there's many more characters that Hot Toys should make from Arcane. They're making more Arcane, but it won't be the same characters. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Yeah, no, I agree, man. Like I said, we went, like, in my discussion of this figure, we went over multiple figures that they could make from the show, man. Oh, yeah. So good. So good. And awesome figures having a collection, too. Just like as a figure themselves. Definitely pop and stand out on the shelf. Let's see here. Let's see here. You guys talking about yourself, which I always appreciate. Yeah. Oh, here, Blue's confirming. Dave, he has 2 on order, not 3.
You have 2, and you're gonna look for a third, maybe. That's right. Yeah.
He's going the Moose route. He's getting now. 2. Yeah. Yep. We got Toy Quest 101 in the house. What up, Miguel? Thank you for coming through, my man. He was with us for a little bit on Figures Talk on Geo's stream this past Friday as well. He was showing off that John Wayne. We were talking about head sculpts during the discussion of the Rocky, the Slice Stallone Shop Rocky, and we got to head sculpts, and he was gracious enough to jump on and show us the example of was it John Wayne, and then also the Cobra figure. He had a Cobra on hand too, so he showed us. So thanks again for taking the time to do that, and for jumping here and just saying what's up, man. Appreciate you. Thanks for coming through. So yeah, Toy Quest 101. If you're not already following, yeah, he does all kinds of live streams and unboxing as well. Big collector of statues, 6-scale figures. Yeah. I think earlier, if I'm not mistaken, he had an interview with the gentleman who does the voice for Bishop from X-Men '97.
Yeah,
which I need to go back and watch.
I couldn't get to it though. I couldn't watch it. I was busy. I saw
I need to go back and check out the replay. So yeah, if you're interested, check that out. I'll put his link in the description below if you want to check that out, man. Yeah, but he's doing some good shit over there, man. Thanks for coming through again, Miguel. Or Toy Quest. Let's see here. Oh, Jose Plus. Speaking of Maso Menos, Jose Plus in the house. Thank you for coming through, my friend. Hey, what's up, everyone? Yeah, great episode again. Check that out. Like I said, I'll put that in the description below to the latest Maso Menos. More or less.
I was busy yesterday. I had a carload of figures yesterday.
Yeah, you got a bunch. Moose, you're always getting a carload of figures, I think. It seems like.
I think
I'm about to be there this week.
I got a carload of figures. And I got the 66 Batmobile ain't a small box, but it ain't the biggest box I've ever had. I think the biggest box I had trouble with was the Jazz Inc. Snowspeeder. Trying to put that in my trunk, I had to take it apart, the box, and I only could save the foam. I had to take the box up and cut it up because I couldn't fit it into my trunk. And that was a day, so that was the best thing to do was to cut it up. But I finally got it in there, and I got it home.
Okay. Yep. Well, like he said, like Moose said earlier, Extreme Unboxing's coming to his stream. Be sure to stay tuned to his channel. We got Red Priest in the house. Thank you for joining us, Red Priest. Hopefully you're doing well. Hello, everyone, and hello to you. Appreciate it. Hopefully you're having a good evening here or morning, wherever you are in the world. But all right, we're gonna go watch this.
Red Priest must be on the Vertical stream. He must be on the costume. How do you tell?
Yeah. Again, reminder. Yeah, I see the icon here on my end. There's an icon next to the name. And yeah, again, as a reminder, there are 2 streams, vertical, horizontal. If you're on one and you prefer the other one, just go back to my channel. The link is there for your preference, right? So I figured, again, I like options myself, so I wanted to put that out there for those of you who are have a preference there as well, mobile, desktop, or whatever it is, TV. But all right, going on to the next release here. We got I guess, would you call him Hawaiian? I don't know if he would be Hawaiian, but we got Stitch from Lilo and Stitch. This one is, let's see here. This one's interesting. So this was announced May of last year, 2025, released here earlier this month, January, $215 USD. So I discussed this one on Hot Talk episode 20. Again, link in the description below if you want to go back and listen and watch that stream on this announcement. But not too much to say, just because there wasn't much that came with this figure. One thing, though, I'm curious on, I'm kind of confused on, and I see a bunch of different people saying this, is that I've heard people say that he's 1-to-1 scale. I've heard others say he's half scale. I'm going to go with, personally, from what I'm seeing and reading, this is, again, based on the live action Stitch, I think he's more around half scale because although they didn't give an exact height, when I Googled how tall he should be, they said he was around like the size of a dog, was it golden retriever or something like that? And so this figure here measures what is like 15.4 inches, so like 39 centimeters. And it's saying that, Stitch in the film is about 3 feet tall, so 36 inches. So again, he's here like just under 15 and a half, which puts him about like half scale. So I don't think there's any definitive, though, height for him that I've seen, but let me know in the comments or the chat. And do you guys know here on the panel?
I don't really know. I haven't had.
okay.
No, I can't. I haven't seen either one of the Stitch movies, Lilo and Stitch movies. I haven't seen either one. The cartoon, even though that's that's usually up my alley. But it was also flat cartooning, and I don't know. It just seemed kind of annoying, first. So and then they did the new one. I haven't, I didn't run out to see that. But you never know. I could change my mind if I got that cheap. It's only pretty cheap now. It's $215, but it's only half a figure. It's not really. It's 15 inches. It's bigger than most Hot Toys. Obviously, or almost all Hot Toys. And he's a little bit of a cutie, and if he's as funny as I say, I might get him. But I have to watch.
Well, you need to go watch the cartoon. You need to watch the original movie and unfuck yourself, sir.
Start with the cartoon.
Did I unburden myself, Dave?
3 feet is a lot. 3 feet is a lot. There's no way in absolute hell.
That's what I was.
Look, I'm sitting here right now. Right, I'm sitting here in my chair, and right here, this is 3 feet.
Yeah.
As I'm sitting here in this chair.
Wait, let me see. Whoops, enhance.
This is where the top of Stitch's head would be.
Him, like, standing up, I guess. I don't know. 3
That's
feet
still a lot, dude.
That is a lot. I don't know. That's what I was reading. I mean, if
3 feet is taller than a gremlin.
Yeah.
Like a foot taller than a gremlin.
I couldn't find anything specifically that says how tall he is, and I don't know if it's just one of those things where like there's no, when the creators or the writers, whoever were coming up with this, they didn't give him a definitive height, because again, like in the cartoon, it's a cartoon, right? So he's almost as tall as Lilo, but so then would that mean Lilo's like super short, or doesn't that mean
Lilo
like
is super tiny really in the cartoon?
Yeah, so
she's itty bitty in the cartoon.
That's not gonna translate well to the movie. So I understand.
Yeah.
So then I guess the writers of live action, like, what do they go off of then? It's like they gotta just make up something. So I don't know, and that's probably why they didn't put a scale on this. It just says collectible, I think. So it's kind of like they can't do a correct scale because there's no definitive height, I don't think. But I mean, either way, it probably doesn't matter to some of you. You're like, Stitch is Stitch.
Yeah, I think 2 feet would be pushing it, kinda. But I would think 2 feet max should be his height. But also this thing, because you hear 15 inches, right? And you think, well, that's not even, She-Hulk is about that height as a figure. But then you see him when people are holding him, and he's just so, he's just so fluffed out elsewise that I feel like the height, it feels passable, even though he's smaller than he should be. Yeah. It feels like you can fudge that into a full-scale collection. Like you could put that with Baby Groot, and with Grogu, and with, if you have a Gizmo, and I think he would fit in just fine with those full-scale characters. I think that'll be okay.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, I mean, either way, it's like a pass for me. But just something I thought was interesting, because I heard different things. There's not really a definitive scale for this one. But yeah, super cute.
Fine to me. No one's gonna want a 3 foot thing of this unless you already have one that's like that you could put into a detail. They want to sell. They want to sell as many of these as possible. You can't make them all 3 feet because you're not going to sell that many. People don't have the space for it, especially over there. So I think this is a big draw over over like China and places like in Japan. I'm sure it's huge over there. Probably bigger than it is over here. And I don't know what percentage is the U.S. market for Hot Toys versus the overseas market, and I don't know how much Australia and Europe comes into play. What percentage of that is, but I mean, this is they can't make it too big, and that's fine. The 15 inches is fine. That's what she said, but 15 inches is fine.
Yeah, I don't know. I think she would have said 15 inches too big, but yeah, that's just me. I don't know.
Well, you haven't met the girl that I met,
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess not. Yeah, I can't pull them like you, Moose. I can't pull them like you. You put your 6 figures a month. Yeah. But no, this is...
Sounds like a quality woman there.
Yeah. This is super cute, though. I mean, hey, you might be able to pull some more in, Moose, if you get this and you're like, hey, you want to see my Stitch? Actually, no, you probably don't want to say that. You probably just just show this.
You want to see my 15-inch alien?
Want to see my Jinx? 18 inch. It's an 18-inch alien. My 8 up there on the shelf, from Canada. The 18-inch alien, beautiful.
Hey,
oh my
he's
God.
probably a good like 22 with the ears up. So
right? Yeah.
20 or something like that.
Articulated ears, yeah. Super cute. And this is. Go ahead.
My NECA Xenomorphs are 24 inches in the box still.
Oh, damn. Is that the queen? Or just the standard?
No, I don't have the queen. The queen wasn't in this is quarter scale. Those two are quarter scales, and I got them cheap.
Gotcha.
Got them half price. How can I say no? Half price. Then like $130 figure when the NECA put them out, in stores, and I found them for like $50. I go, shit, yeah, you're crazy. And I got a bunch of NECA ones like that, but they have giant seams. Some of them, like Superman has a giant seams on his elbow and his knees and stuff like that, but. I don't think I'm going to be getting this right away. Unless somebody's going to give it away.
Okay.
If I find a giveaway price, me. I'm a plunderer. I'm like a Viking of collecting. Moose the Viking. Collects. I'll plunder if I can find a bargain.
You say that.
Yeah, you are.
But you also pick up a lot of doubles of things brand new off the rack. I see you, Moose.
I know. You
ain't fooling me.
I buy stuff, Dave. I buy stuff because I think it won't. It's not going to get any lower. Like the T800 battle damage, it ain't going down in price, baby. I can't believe it's going down. If anything, right now, if you go on like OTR or if you go on like Maybang, for the battle damage, if they still have it in stock, they want instead of because it was like I think 340, on Sideshow or 350 on Sideshow, They want $450. They want $100 more, in some of these places now. And I don't know what if Kid still has any, if he's putting any up, but they all, they're all, you didn't hesitate, you didn't get it right away, you're screwed. I got it right away, but then I wanted another one, and I bitched about it because they sent me a waitlist conversion because we got into the waitlist,
Oh, man.
I wanted to get a second one, and they declined me. They said, no, you can't have a second one. And you gave me a waitlist conversion. That's why I got the that's why you helped me get the other TVA because they wouldn't let me have another one of those anyways. But on regular ones, if you don't get in there a certain time, they won't let you have a second one. So you're better off ordering two. That's why I ordered two Xenomorphs. And I don't think it's ever gonna get cheaper than it is, from Sideshow.
From the next one? Oh, like a Hot Toys, I see. Yeah, I gotcha. Well,
they can't. They did. Now look, I got my Feral Predator for less than Sideshow. Okay, I'm shocked. I'm downright shocked that someone offered it for less than Sideshow. I said, "Wow, that's great. I'll take that. I need a Feral Predator." Because I have a bunch of Predators now. I got that on Labor Day, and I said, "Yeah, give me that." You're gonna. I'm like a wolf waiting to pounce in the BSTs every day.
You storm me at the BSTs, yeah. No, but like you said before, right? Diligent vigilance, and you're good with that, man. You find those deals, but yeah, sometimes there's some of them where you just you jump on the pre-orders, like Dave was saying.
You do,
yeah. But I mean, it's you balance it out with the deals, so I it might even out there, but So Stitch, you said you're not getting. I do like that. His ears are articulated. It looks like his jaw might be articulated. Yeah, he's like closed jaw here. And I can't remember if his fingers were articulated because I saw him throwing up the peace sign earlier.
He's just got swappable hands.
Does he? Okay, yeah, gotcha. I can't remember. But yeah, cool looking figure. And this is actually going to tie into the topic later on. Hopefully, we can get to it enough time. But buying these figures for kids. And how this size, would this be considered a kid's toy? I'm sure adult collectors are going to get this also, but versus getting just kid versions of that. So we'll discuss that later. That's something I want to get into later, like Hot Toys for kids versus just getting these for adult collectors. So that'll be an interesting topic there. But all right, going on to just the chat here real quick. We got Big Rip in the house. What up, Big Rip? Thank you for coming through, good sir. What up, fellas? He says, Big Rip. What up, big worm, big worm? Yeah, so we got Galactus. Yeah, X-Men. Oh, here. What was it? Oh, S-Beam saying Galactus is 2 feet 3.5 inches. So yeah, there you go. And wait, are you talking about the Sci-Fi Hot Toys one or the HasLab one? I think you're talking about the Hot Toys one. The Sci-Fi.
Gotta be talking about the Hot Toys one.
Okay, gotcha.
Gotta be.
have a great. Okay, all right. Magnus is ready to call it quits here, getting some sleep. So they've got to go to sleep now. Thanks for coming through, Magnus. Have a good night, good sir. Thank you for stopping by and staying as long as you did. All right, so going on to the next one here. Next release, man, I'm telling you, a whole bunch of releases. Hot Toys are swarming you. They're swarming you. They ain't stopping. Next up, we got this comic version. Like I mentioned, from comics to TV shows to movies, just a variety of figures. This one is Agent Venom. This one, I also discussed the announcement of this figure in Hot Talk episode 13. Link will be in the description below if you want to check that out as well. I go over more of the details for that. But this was announced February of last year, 2025, and just released a few days ago, January 28th. $280 if you are interested. One that I was tempted on buying just because I have Superior Spider-Man, and I know I go over the background for this character if you're interested as well on who this is, and I wasn't too familiar at the time, but I did my research and I read more into it, and so I kind of go over that in that Hot Talk episode. So if you're curious to hear that, but they do cross paths Agent Venom, Superior Spider-Man. I just thought it would have been a badass display to have these two fighting each other with their like either tendrils or their Waldos or their claws going after each other. Yeah, it just looks like a cool figure, but I think I have to be like selective, and I'm gonna skip this one. I'm gonna pass. But yeah, this does look like an awesome, fun figure, man. It's just like there's so many display options for this alone. It's just it looked like a fun figure overall. And one of the things that I wasn't sure about, I couldn't really tell in the photos on the announcement, is how this knee pad thing was gonna work. But it seems like it's just attached to the shin guard here, and it's separate from the knee. So I wasn't sure if it was connected as a knee pad or not. But it looks like it's just part of the shin piece here. And so when you bend the knee, it's gonna stick up like this here. But yeah, I don't know. What do you guys? Any thoughts on this Agent Venom? Or did you any of you get this?
I would, if I could just buy shit because it looks cool. I would absolutely buy this. Yeah. Man, I would have this and I would have that. Everyone keeps saying it, and it's so true. But I would have this and I would have that War Machine Punisher just wrecking shop. Man, that'd be so cool.
Ooh, yeah,
get a whole bunch of random dudes with guns just to have them blasting through them. That'd be awesome. But this guy, I don't know a lot about him in the comics. I haven't really been keeping up with the comics so much in the last few years. But he was hanging out with the Guardians of the Galaxy, wasn't he? I think he was.
Yeah, I think his suit was white then, right?
I don't know about that, but
I can't recall. Okay, maybe I'm thinking about another.
But I think he was hanging out with the Guardians. I know he was with S.H.I.E.L.D. And I know it's Flash Thompson, and I know he lost his legs in some kind of, I don't know if he was like in a war, if he was in the army, I don't know what he did, but I know he lost his legs and they gave him the symbiote and then he became Agent Venom, and it's really cool. It's really, really cool. I would like to have him.
Yeah, it's a cool concept for sure. Yeah, it looks really fun. How about you, Moose? Were you getting this one or are you passing?
I passed on it for now, because I'm sure. I think he'll be hard to find figure too, because he looks really good, with all the guns and everything that he has. When you put them all on the extra arms, get all those arms out. I mean, if anything, I'm not big into that Spider-Man look, with multiple different legs and everything like that. But you need it kind of for this guy, for a Venom figure of any kind, And he looks really nice, He's kind of like. They gave him. They had certain. They used some of his ideas on the Absolute Batman. Get all those spikes going and everything like that. And I haven't been able to pull the trigger on this. Not that it looks great. If you're a Marvel fan or a Flash Thompson fan or a Venom fan, you probably want to add this to your collection. If you know the storyline, I'm not that familiar with it because that was like a while ago. So, but. It looks great, I wish I was a billionaire. I'd buy everything,
First, you would need a bigger house, Then you can fill it with figures.
I would buy commercial space. I would make a thing as big as Figure Hideouts thing. I would have glass that goes up and down like an elevator.
Museum, then, right?
The museum. It would be the museum, and I would start. MMS01. Kyle Reese, MMS02, that hunk of shit over here, that ancient, Terminator, MMS02, with a hack job they put on thing. But and I also got these, I got this one. I'm gonna put that in the thing in the prehistoric level, This guy,
is that Neil?
Ethan. It's Ethan.
Oh, from Mission Impossible. Yeah, Ethan Hunt. Mr.
Yeah,
Hunt.
I think this is the earliest version of the box because they didn't even say Hot Toys on it. It says a special edition says famous tape. Now, unless it's a fraud or a fake, box or something, I don't know, or they put this together, but it seemed like it's something from the early 2000s. So I don't know how they would have faked it then, So I think they put them out before they decided to go yellow on their boxes. Like I got the director in the other room, but I haven't gotten the Neo yet.
Oh, okay.
And those are bad figures. I mean, it's funny, it's hokey, and it's history, and I love history. No matter good, bad, or indifferent.
I hope you're able to do your museum one day, Moose. I do. That would be cool.
I'll be dead before I can get that
or
going.
Or at least collaborate or coordinate with somebody to make that possible.
Well, if I hit like Powerball, I would need Mega Millions money. Mega Millions is at 323 for the annuity. No one's gonna get the annuity. You take 45% of that, then they tax that. If you get 45% of 323, then 70% of that. It was about a third of 423, so you get probably like $113. That's enough to make a museum. I don't know how much money you need to make a museum. Probably like $10 million to get a building and stuff like that. A beautiful museum, and I would charge people admission and stuff like that. I would put a little store in there, and if you bought enough stuff at the store, I'd give you a free ticket to the museum. And I'd have
nice. There you go. Man, you have this plan ahead. There you go.
I'm already thinking, dude. I'm masterminding this thing in my head.
Any
That's all I can go
real
for
estate, commercial space, real estate people out there, hit up Moose. See what you can do for him. Yeah, make it happen. Make his dream come true there.
But
Moose, look at you got someone else here with you, Moose, who's with you on Lilo and Stitch. Eventually, I'm saying they've never seen Lilo and Stitch also, so I'm sure
y'all gotta get right.
Definitely recommend, the animated movie for the first one. Music is great. Oh man, I just love the music, the soundtrack to that. Of course, you got Elvis, and you got Hawaiian music on there. The Island, was it Island Roller Coaster or
the Hawaiian roller coaster ride?
Yeah, Hawaiian Roller. Yeah, I love that song. There's that whole intro is so awesome. A beautiful movie too. Just like some of the scenes they shot in there. Yeah, I would definitely recommend the first animated movie from Disney. Yep, good stuff.
Put it on my list.
Agent, nice. Let me know what you think, Moose, after you do watch it. I know you have a queue though. I know you have a list, as do I. But eventually, I'm also adding Agent Venom has my last name, and I'm a Venom fan, so I have a bias for fair enough.
Your last name is Venom. Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. But then when I realized he's probably based on the figure here, with the character, I'm like, oh, okay, yeah. That would be, how sick would it be if his last name was Venom? That would be pretty sick.
His first name is Agent.
Yeah, sir. To confirm, you want to change your last name to Venom? Yes, that is correct. Yeah, all right, just sign here. Let's see here. Big Ribs saying, glad I PO'd this figure. So many posing possibilities. Yeah, man, just going through these photos, I'm like, holy shit. This one figure alone is just so many things you can do with this, without the tendrils, with his webs. He has webs too, just like the different gun displays, the eyes. Oh man, look at this. Holy shit. Yeah, this is going to be a fun figure. Just as a figure in general, I wouldn't be surprised if this was not nominated or a contender for Figure of the Year. Yeah, the paint scheme is just black and white, but the fun factor, that's one of the things that I look for in when I do grade my figures and rate them. The fun factor is a big thing for me too, right? How fun is a figure, and just in addition to the display and posing options. So sick, man, so sick. But let me see here. Moose, JC, Moose is the king of tangents. Yeah, he is. He's getting better though. I did let Moose know, man. He's getting better. He's even you guys heard earlier his segues, man. He's helping me out with the segues, so he's getting there. He's working on it. Let's see here. Red Priest saying, I switched over to regular screen and I never seen Lilo and Stitch either. Oh, okay. There you go. See, there's quite a few people. Yeah, I do recommend it.
Gotta get right. Gotta get right.
I recommend that. This is a badass pose. This reminds me of that scene in Boondock Saints. Remember when they were in that vent and they were trying to figure out how to kill everybody, and they just fell and they're on the rope, and then they were just kind of swinging around and just taking everybody out. That's what this scene reminds me of here. This shot of that Boondock Saints. For those of you who've seen that movie, you know what I'm talking about. Yep, Norman Reedus, Willem Dafoe. Yeah, it's awesome.
I watched half of it.
Awesome.
Was it Willem Dafoe?
The sequel. The sequel I didn't buy.
Is it Norman Reedus in that?
Yeah,
Norman Reedus.
Yeah, Willem Dafoe. Yeah.
Is it?
See, what year did that come out? I didn't look up what year that came out.
Yeah.
William Dafoe. I was like dying for William Dafoe to be Joker in '89 Batman.
It's Sean Patrick Flannery. Oh, Willem Dafoe is in it. But
yeah, Willem Dafoe is the detective or the cop who's looking for them.
Right.
Yeah, but
Sean
his brother.
Patrick
You're
Flannery
right.
is the brother. Yeah.
Right. I couldn't remember his name. Yeah, thanks for that. Sean Patrick Flannery. Yeah, he's the other. There's still two brothers in Boondock Saints. So the Saints, right? That's what they go by, the Boondock Saints. I need to watch that movie. It's been a minute since I've seen that. But all right, anyone got any more thoughts on Agent Venom before we go on to the next Star Wars figure? The next.
If anyone wants to send it to me for free, I'll accept any gift. So
there you go. If any of you got Agent Venom and you decide you don't want him after all, you just want to give it away,
I'll give you $100. I'll pay for the shipping. I'll pay for the shipping
all right,
to me.
Fine, that's fair. Overseas and everything, international. Yeah, that's a good deal. Moose will cover the shipping on that. All right, going on to the next release here. Again, from Marvel to Star Wars. Like I said, something earlier, something for everyone. We got Plo Koon finally released here from Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, announced December 2024. So again, another one a little over a year, released a couple of days ago, January 29th. This one I also discussed in Hot Talk Episode 10. Link in the description below if you want to check that out and hear more of the details. I will say that this guy is $280 USD though. I almost forgot to include him because for whatever reason I was like, I don't know what happened, but I just completely forgot to add him. So I was like trying to quickly add him to the my list of figures here before the stream. But now I mentioned this on Figures Talk on Geo's stream. I love that Star Wars is doing more creatures and more aliens from Star Wars. Wait, did I say Star Wars? Hot Toys is doing more creatures and aliens from Star Wars. So this was like a surprise announcement for a lot of people. The fact that they did this, and Kit Fisto and Stacey Teen, those three alien Jedi Masters, then they kind of came out around the same time. But yeah, it's just awesome. It's just, again, trying to be selective. I do have a lot of the Clone War Jedi figures, Mace Windu, Obi-Wan, Anakin, Kit Fisto, but it's not one where I necessarily need to complete a line. So for me, I'm passing on this. And it's not because his head looks like a rotisserie chicken, as they put it, or like either like a baked turkey. But it's just, yeah, I know he was a big player in the Clone Wars, but it's not a character that I was like really drawn to that much. I do like the way his look and his look with the mask and the goggles. He does look badass. I'm not sure about those sausage fingers though, the banana hands. But yeah, to those of you who are adding him to your collection, have like your shelf of Jedi just right next to each other, especially like your aliens and your creatures. This would definitely be cool. But yeah, pass for me. I don't know, Dave. What do you think on this one? Are you good? You skip on this one too?
I don't have any Jedi. I have a Padawan. And I have one Dark Lord. And
Revan, right?
Yep.
Is it Revan?
He just wouldn't make sense for me. But he's cool. It would be cool to see a whole shelf full of the Jedi. That'd be sick.
Yeah, man. Hell yeah, with all their sabers. Oh man, that'd be so sick. Yeah. What about you, Moose? Are you interested in this?
I said on an earlier stream tonight. I'd rather get OT figures. More OT figures like even Scum and Villainy. I'd rather have those figures than opposed to a character that's a hack Jedi, dies off in 8 seconds, of coming into the scene, by Sidious, and him and Fisto, they're just weak sisters. But you know why? Because they didn't do them justice. Disney screwed those characters over. They had no section about how to develop them into the movies thing. Or Lucas didn't. That was Lucas's problem. He didn't put them. Should have had some kind of thing. I mean, Clone Wars is like a whole bunch of stuff that they did with Kit Fisto and I think Plo Koon. But so I don't really need this right now unless somebody's giving it away for nothing. Give it to me. I'll put it in there.
Figure, yeah. If anyone's giving away Agent Venom or Plo Koon, yeah, hit up Moose. He'll take them off your hands for free.
Okay, so I got a question for you, Moose.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
I got a question for you. You talking about Plo Koon being weak sauce and shit?
A hack, quote unquote.
How do you feel about Maul?
Yeah, Maul had a lot more presence. He had a lot more time on screen. I got a Maul recently. I got a 2.0. I mean, I thought it was bizarre. I got the 2.0 Maul on Speeder and from Sideshow. I go, wow, man, I can't believe that's still hanging around in Sideshow's Kick. You know, like, I mean, it must be in their warehouse, you know? And so I took that because I was looking for one. You know, I would have paid $400 for it. And I kept on seeing it, but I just kept on missing it, you know, on the BSTs. You know, that's still, I mean, it's better than the first, you know, DX-17, you know, Darth Maul. So, I mean, Darth Maul, you know, I mean, they didn't do him very well either. And I don't know, I mean, Lucas developed that whole thing about him coming back. You know, they put him back together somehow, you know.
Hypocritical son of a bitch.
Me? I'm a hypocrite. No, but I know. But yeah. How much time did Kit Fisto and Stacey Teason and Plo Koon have on screen? I don't know, maybe a minute.
I thought you were a man of principle, Moose. I'm disappointed.
Oh man.
No,
yeah,
no. He had a couple of great fights. You know, he had a great. He's on that speeder bike. You know, and I got those Sideshow, you know, droids that floated over his head. So when I finally get him again, he's coming probably next week. You know, I'll have to make another giant run next Saturday to get them all in. You know.
Oh yeah, your run. Yeah, I definitely wouldn't call Plo Koon a hack. I mean, weak sauce. I mean, yeah, you're right. I do agree that, and I mentioned this in the discussion of this figure. They did them dirty. They did these Jedi dirty in Revenge of the Sith. That was just like so stupid how they killed them off. And like I'm not gonna get into again because I already went on there, which is just dumb. But yeah, they definitely didn't do them justice. But major players in Clone Wars for sure. But like I said, I just wasn't that too drawn towards Plo Koon. But yeah, like, for those of you who are getting the Wolf Pack, I can see why this is a must-have. I know. Let's see, we got Clinton Martin in the house. What up, Clint? Thank you for coming through. Howdy, folks. And yeah, he's one of them. Says, love Plo, excited for this. I'm sure he has the these Wolfpack troopers as well. And then I'm sure this was Clinton Martin here when Moose had said that Plo Koon was weak sauce. That was He was like, "What the? How dare you, Moose? Where is it at?" Yeah, he's adding.
What
he insulted the man. He insulted the man.
Offended by he said, "How dare David Moose?" About what? What was he? He was offended by something.
Yeah, no, I think it says he called Plo Koon weak sauce. Yeah, he said it was a hack. This is just now. I said that, but earlier in the chat, you know, Gio said, "How dare you, David Moose?" I don't know what he was referring to. He didn't
Me.
Oh, I saw it. Yeah, I can't remember. That was probably the previous figure.
Go look at the messages. You'll see it. He said
we
it.
already passed it. Yeah, it was something. I think it was a previous figure. I think it had to do with like Lilo and Stitch or something, or I don't know. I can't remember. But yeah, we're past that point. But Johnny here saying, Johnny's with you, Moose. JC's like, Moose money's better spent on the Sideshow Scum and Villainy line, which is expensive and pricey, man. Like, yeah, I do agree. Those, for what they are pricey, but that's always been.
Yeah, they are asking way too much money. They are feeling themselves way too hard on that Scum and Villainy line. Sideshow needs to know what their worth is. Yep,
and it's probably, I think it's just one of those things because like they're doing it because they can, right? Because they have the license to those figures or those that specific list line of characters, and so like, well, we're the only ones making them. Might as well, you know, we're gonna charge what we want for those.
Let me give you subpar paint apps.
Yeah,
and I'm gonna give you 2 sets of hands and a glass of blue milk. $300, please. Fuck off.
I haven't changed it. Sideshow put out that Pennywise in the first, miniseries. That Pennywise, with the Tim Curry Pennywise. Yeah. I think that's going for huge money now.
That's a good figure, though.
No, it is. Yeah, it's
a decent figure. Yeah, I know. It's a decent looking figure.
It depends. It does depend on the figure, right? Because Sideshow figures are limited. They usually put that up, right? Limited. And I asked them this too. To kind of real quick, just to touch on this. So, if they just basically go by number, right? They don't give a size. They usually just go with how many pre-orders they get, and I did confirm that with them when I emailed and asked them. And so it says limited edition, and it's just basically how much they get. So once that's done, then that's it. They don't. They tend to not make those figures anymore. So and that's there's a popularity for that Pennywise because it came around the time I think Welcome to Derry was out, and then just Pennywise in general started becoming more popular again. So
it was long before that.
that Sky went up in price?
Oh, I don't know if it went. Well, I don't know when it went up in price, but it was out long before the
I
dairy
see.
was.
No, yeah, no, it was definitely out. But now,
Yeah.
now that I think they stopped and they sold all their allotments, then yeah, people are wanting to go back and get it. I don't know. That's just what I think, but I don't know for sure. But it is. Yeah, I heard it was going up for a pretty penny now. But
Yeah,
yeah.
I should have kept it.
Kloon, yeah, like I said, congrats for all those who are waiting for those. This, like I mentioned, Clinton Martin. I know he's a big fan. There's other big fans of Plo Koon out there, and like I said, to kind of have him leading the Wolf Pack, I'm sure that would be an awesome display. But it's gonna be a pass for me. Anyone got any more thoughts on Plo Koon here before we go on to the dynamic duo?
No, we lost Moose.
Oh yeah, we did lose Moose. The Moose is loose. No, watch out, folks. Watch out, yeah. Keep a look out your windows. The Moose is loose. We don't know where he's going to show up.
SCP.
I'm sure he'll jump on, yeah. Clint Martin's adding here. The prequel trilogy didn't really do any Jedi justice. The Clone Wars made the prequels better. Yeah, I
That's
agree
the
with
truth.
that. Yeah. And I touched on this on Geo's stream towards the end, but I do plan on doing a that one movie discussion on the prequel trilogy, kind of similar to how I did for the OT Star Wars that I had recently on that my other channel, Feezy's Media. I'm going to do that again for the prequel trilogy, and we'll go more in depth on that. And Clinton just reminded me of that. So yeah, if you're interested, and if you are interested, just keep a lookout for that on my Feezy's Media channel, separate channel where I just focus more on movies, TV shows, and I would have liked to focus on games, but I've just been slacking on that aspect of it. But it's meant to cover all that stuff. But yeah, I agree with you there, Clint. Okay, now here we go. Going on, this is this was highly debatable, a lot talked about on this one, and you guys actually touched on it earlier. But also released from Hot Toys, Batman and Robin from Batman and Robin. So we're gonna go over Batman here first. I didn't cover this figure when it was announced, so I'm gonna go through some of the details on there for that one, just to kind of be consistent with some of these figures here and how I give this information. So announced December 16th of 2024. Released a few days ago, 2026, $265 USD. Last I looked, he was still available on Sideshow. That's just on Sideshow. Of course, shop around to see where else you can get them. Standing at your typical 6 scale height, 11.8 inches, 30 centimeters, 30 points of articulation. Whether you're going to get the full range, that's I don't know. That may be still in question. There's not too many reviews out there, but yeah, just keep that in mind. Oh, here's Moose. Let me bring back Moose here while I go through the rest of this series. Okay, so. Of course, you get your head sculpt, the cowled head sculpt, separate rolling eyeballs with 3 interchangeable lower faceplates, and I do have some comparison photos here of the Pro versus Final faceplates there on how that came out. 9 hands, including 3 Batarang holding hands. So of those 9, you get 3 Batarang holding hands. You get his bat suit with his cape with an embedded wire, an embedded bendable wire in that. Of course, you gotta have that wire there. But I know some people argue that, well, I'd rather have just like a standard drape cape to pair with that. Some people prefer that look on that. But yeah, you just get the one cape with this one. The bat launcher with the interchangeable accessories. You get 3 Batarangs in different sizes. The bat saw, can't forget that. The bat bomb, the bat laser, and of course, everyone's favorite. You can't leave home without the bat credit card with the Batman logo. We'll go over some photos with that here. And then his kind of square figure stand with the character nameplate. So let me go through some of these. So that's here, everything that I just read off. That's all the accessories that key comes with. Let me switch over to the blogger photos here for this one. Real quick, I will say, no, actually, let me go and turn to you guys. I'll come back to this. I'll pause there. What do you like? It seems like you guys are both excited for this one. Yeah, I agree. Didn't like the movies, but these figures do look great. But I don't know. I'll turn to you guys. What do you think on this Batman? And we'll go over to Robin here after this.
I kind of want them both. I kind of want to get them because the movie sucks. That movie sucks, hot ass. But
ass. Wow, not even
the
cold
figure
ass.
looks fantastic. That suit looks really, really good. I do worry that they're going to do the same thing with this suit that apparently they did with the Batman Returns.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. We'll see. But it looks really, really good. And I know Robin's already waitlisted on Sideshow, but I do want to get both of them.
Yeah, I don't know. Real quick touch on that. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of mentioned again another thing I mentioned on Figures Talk here that I don't know. I'd be concerned. I mean, I'm passing on this one. I didn't get the Batman Returns, but I definitely feel for you all who got that figure, the Batman Returns figure, and have those issues. Hopefully, fingers crossed, for all you who are getting this, that issue doesn't carry on to this one as well. Whatever they did, whatever coding they put on that Batman Returns, I hope they didn't do it for this one, because it's already made, right? Like, it's already too late for this figure if it is, because it's already out. The production's finished. They're already starting to ship out the figures, so if there's any correcting to be done, it won't happen with this figure. It's gonna be, it'll probably happen with like the next 2 Batman figures. That's to say, if there's already a certain Batman figure that's already in production. I can't remember what else is currently on pre-order. But if there's already a figure that's in production, it probably won't happen with that one either. It may come afterwards, whatever corrective issues or corrective actions they need to do to fix that damaged suit issue, whatever that is. So. I just hope that it doesn't go on to this one. But again, for those of you who pre-order this and are looking forward to this one, just something to keep in mind, right? I would say expect the worst, just in case. Hopefully, like I said, hopefully it doesn't happen, but expect the worst, because it's gonna be a shit show if it is.
Yeah,
Man.
I already talked to Ray over at Underground because mine came in, and it's on its way now with several other figures that they decided to pelt me with. And I asked him, I said, hey, look, if I get this thing and it gets all messed up, like, how's that process going to go? He's like, we'll take care of it. I said, cool. So
nice.
I got
Good
it
man.
coming. And the first thing I'm going to do when I get it out the box is bend that leg and bend that, those elbows. Yep. And if they're messed up, I'm just going to, I'll proceed from there.
Record it, yeah.
Yeah.
Video, photos, yeah. Yep.
Oh yeah, I record everything now thanks to InArt.
If it turns into pudding,
The what now?
Again?
if it turns into pudding, you're gonna fight it. I'm screwed because I got mine from Maybank, and Maybank doesn't allow for returns. So,
oh boy, got that deal though, didn't you?
No, it wasn't a deal either. I think I paid extra. I paid extra because I wanted to get it because I didn't want to wait. What? I didn't want to fucking wait. And I got it already. It's in hand. It's in the box still, sitting out there in the other room. And I'm gonna try to break it up tomorrow. I got 3 things I want to do: 66 Batcycle, my Men in Black 3-pack. I got Agent K, Agent J, and Frank, in the set, and they come in. They come in the egg shade. They come in egg
Part of
shade.
your extreme unboxing, right? That you're gonna do later on this week.
Do I have to explain what an extreme unboxing is?
No, please not.
Leave people hanging. That's part of the surprise. But are you getting this, Moose? Are you getting this Batman here, Moose?
I already did it. Remember, they're both pre-ordered. I did them together on Friday because I saw Robin was going, weightless. I go low stock almost. Low stock. I go, oh shit! I'm not losing out because it was just the reverse before. Robin was the least likely of the with the Batman Forever versions, and then you still can get Robin on Sideshow, and they're begging you to take it. Please buy this 30% off. We'll give you 30% off, please.
Oh, that's Robin.
Yeah. Eventually they'll give them away as a freebie. As far as I can see. Because there's not the Batman sonar suit is no longer available, so nobody can even match him up with anything. So you're screwed. Unless you pay. It might be a Batman sonar suit, might be a premium now because he's gone from Sideshow. But I did get these. I ordered these, even though because I hate the goddamn movie. That is the most wretched Batman and Robin Batman movie ever.
Not a great one. It's not a great one.
It's a throwback to 1966 Batman, and I love that because it was the first, and I was a kid, and it was how it started, But it's still camp shit, Batman 66 Batman is camp shit, all right, and so they can't get away.
Whoa! Calm down now.
No, I can't.
Let's take it down a notch.
I'm not taking it down. No, listen, Batman and Robin. After you might love it. I loved it when I was 4 and 5 when it came out. And I remember going to Santa Claus. Santa Claus, all I want is Batman. I want a Batman figure. Captain Action Batman. Just give me that. I'll be happy. That's all I want for Christmas. And my father was there. And I got it. But it really had nothing to do with the show. But it's just because there was Batman, because Batman was huge. you know, because they had never put Batman on TV, you know, and I remember, you know, watching it twice a week, you know, same bat time, same bat channel, you know, but after you're 13 or 14, you realize, wow, they're really goofing on Batman. And I hated that part of it. And I was like, we were waiting, so we never had any movies. And then you would see Adam West in videos, like a videotape show, like a special, you know, on like NBC. And I remember seeing, and it's god awful because they use videotape and they have bad effects and they're just hokey humor and shit humor, you know. And that was when Frank Miller came out with The Dark Knight. I was like, oh my God, thank God someone had the brain in their head. And they made, you know, The Dark Knight Returns. Ever since then, I was like, oh, this is how you go. And now, look how much effect The Dark Knight Returns had on almost all Batman, except for this one, Schumacher.
Oh,
you know, Schumacher had to make this garbage.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this does have. I know this does hold a place in some people's hearts. So I mean, I'm not gonna knock them. But I mean, yeah, like the figures look good. I'm not a fan of the bat nipples either. So when Evangeline put it, the nipple armor. But I mean, yeah, I mean, I know some people. This is like their childhood rare, so I get it. But yeah, it definitely wasn't for me. Batman and Robin or Batman Forever. But what was I gonna? Oh yeah, so Clinton here was something I was thinking too. He says Clinton's saying these look good in a museum pose. Anything else, and the suits bunch and crease. And yeah, there's this one photo I think I paused on. You can really tell. I mean, but it's just because how they designed it, right? It's just like a overlay over the body, like this, like kind of rubbery type of suit fabric. Oh yeah, right here. Right.
They could have engineered it to make it work.
Yeah, but how would you do that though? You would have to have like, it would have to be sectioned off. I don't think you can kind of, unless you change the material, right? Like to do like something like Spider-Man, but then that wouldn't be accurate to the movie. I don't see.
Well, now with the first two suits for Batman and Batman Returns,
yeah,
they had armored bits, but then they also had it was like a wetsuit almost, just like a lycra kind of situation that was more spandex-like underneath it. And you can see it in a lot of the scenes too, at the sides and behind the armor plates, at the joints, the elbows and knees, where it's not that armored stuff. It's just black material. So it can flex and move and not look dumb as hell and not get stiff. And they could have easily done that with those figures. Now, I don't remember this one because, fuck this movie, I didn't pay attention to it that much. But I think that these were actually more of a bodysuit like it is here. Maybe it was.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
I think so.
But like, I don't know, man. Like, I feel like there could have been ways, you know, like because they're engineering full silicone bodies right now. There's no reason they couldn't have made a silicone body type situation for this and made it work. You know, they could have done that.
Yeah, it's tough because I know that silicone's like over like a metal skeleton, right? So like that skeleton is just more of like a frame, where this is like over a plastic. I'm guessing it's a plastic body. I don't know what's underneath there, but I presume it is. So no, I hear you. And then you kind of go back to that thing as like movie accuracy versus like what is actually like practical for figures, and which actually speaking of here, let me just jump to him now. So Robin. This is like something I wanted to touch on too. So Robin also, of course, released. I didn't cover this one either, so let me go over the specs on this one here. Enhance for the accessories. So announced also December, same time as the Batman release, same time a couple of days ago, January 2026. Announced 2024, 260 USD, standing at the same height. Yeah, I think we saw some photos where he's like the same height. 11.8 inches, so 30 centimeters, also 30 points of articulation. Separate rolling eyeballs, 10 hands, right? So as opposed to Batman came with 9. So like one more, I guess. One more. So 10 hands and Batman had 9. Interesting though, he didn't say in the description. I haven't seen a review on this yet. Oh no, I did actually. I saw an unboxing, but they didn't show this, so I'm guessing he doesn't have it. But no wire in the cape, so his is more of like it would be just a drape cape then.
Wow.
We'll look at some photos, which is interesting. So Batman has a wire in his cape. Robin apparently doesn't, per the description and like the unboxing that I've seen so far. So keep that in mind. Laser gun, throwing bird, pair of climbing devices, ice climbing pick, and then same square stand that Batman comes with. I think there was like the photo too where they had them both right next to each other. So yeah, same stand with the Batman and Robin logo on it. So I've been hearing, again, here, kind of similar. It's kind of the same tune we've been hearing recently with Hot Toys is accuracy issues, right? And I didn't, again, I don't remember this movie, and I'm passing on these figures anyways, and so I didn't look too much into this. But something to keep in mind here, I just wanted to bring up. I did hear that there's some inaccuracies with like the cape, which I can understand if they're supposed to be red in there, and I didn't have time to bring up the photos. I wanted to do some just to kind of do more research on this. But the suit in particular, people were saying that it had hints of blue, but here it looks to be all black. And so I don't know if it's one of those things where like in some photos it looks like it has blue because of the lighting, or if it actually is blue. But I mean, even if it did, again, I haven't seen the movie in a minute, so I don't know how it's supposed to come across. I don't know if you can actually see the blue in the movie, but there is a difference, right, between how something was designed, like a set prop piece, versus what the director or cinematographer, whoever, intended for it to look. And that may drive the reason why they designed certain things. Like maybe if it was blue, I'm not saying it is, I'm just saying if there was some hints of blue in there, maybe they made it that way to make it look a certain way in the scene or in the movie, and not to help it look more black. I don't know, but there is a difference, right? Just keep that in mind. I know Jazz Inc. Yos, he mentioned this as well for his Catwoman, right? He was saying, there's a difference between screen accuracy, suit accuracy, and I think he even went to like material accuracy, right? Where Michelle Pfeiffer Catwoman, the stitching on her suit, it just wasn't. He was saying like even in the show, I think, or in the movie, they had strips of that stitching go over the suit. It wasn't actually stitched, is what he was saying. And so then he posed the question, okay, well, if you want to go for screen accuracy, it was intended to look like Michelle Pfeiffer stitched her pieces together of that cloth, but the actual way they made the suit is just like strips of the stitching that is either glued or whatever that goes over the suit, right? So there's a difference there. And it, again, it's just, which one do you prefer? Do you want it to look how it's supposed to be on the screen, or do you want it to look like the suit accuracy, quote, like behind the scenes? And those are two different things, right? So you just got to keep that in mind. Another example of that I can think of too is Star Wars. Shout out to Alex Montano. I had him on that original trilogy discussion, and he's really into prop replicas, right? And so he had showed off one of his lightsabers that he had. And in Star Wars, he was saying, they tried to do what they could because they had a low budget. And so for the original Star Wars lightsaber for Luke's, or it might have been Obi-Wan's, I can't remember. It might have been Obi-Wan's, but they had to get pieces, whatever they could. And one of the lightsabers has like a handle from like either like a sink or a faucet. And on the bottom of it, if you look, again, this is a prop replica, so it's a replica of the prop. On the bottom, I think it had like either hot or cold, referencing the hot or cold water, because it was from a knob from like the sink or something. And so although it says that, I mean, it's not going to say that in the movie, right? I'm sure if you pause and you look, you can probably see it, but it's not meant to say that in the movie, obviously, right? So there's a difference between prop replica accurate and then movie accurate. And so again, just something to throw out there, because I know people are kind of getting like really there's like debates between, okay, was it supposed to be this or is it supposed to be this? And it's just one of those situations where you're not going to please everybody, right? This is an example where you can't please everybody. If you go screen accurate, it's not going to be prop accurate. If you go prop accurate, it's not going to be screen accurate. So again, I have no duck in. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of hard to do both in that case, right? Because you can't have screen accurate unless you do two suits, and then if you do that, then you're going to jack up the price, which again, people are going to be pissed because it's higher. Others be like, well, I'd find just having to be cheaper and do one suit, but that's another example of not being able to please everybody. So there's always going to be something. They just have to, these companies, they just have to make a decision and just go with it, and then just realize that people are going to be pissed. So, I mean, again, just something to consider. I don't have a duck in this race. I'm passing, but I'm always hearing. And yeah, it's just tough. I know it's tough for them. They just got to make a choice and go with it. And this is like, again, if it's supposed to be blue, they went with black. If it's black, then it seems like it's supposed to be movie accurate. I don't know. You guys, I'll leave that up to you to decide how you want to go on that. The cape, again, I'm not sure what the cape. I think the cape was supposed to have some red lining on the inside, so that just seems like, if that's the case, then that's just definitely inaccurate there. That's it. So I don't have nothing for.
They could have easily done that.
Yeah. So that's so it seems like you can confirm, X-Men, that's supposed to be the case.
Yeah. Okay. It's supposed to have like it's like a really dark like a maroon kind of. It's not very prominent. It's easy to miss, but once you see it, you can't not see it.
Okay.
And they did it with the first Robin. They gave him the gold lining on his cape. So there's no reason they couldn't have done it here with the red.
Yeah.
But even still, I think it doesn't take away from the look of the figure. I don't think. I think it looks. They should have done it, but it ain't hurting my heart that they didn't.
Yeah. Yeah, that's usually how I treat like a lot of these, right? I mean, it's like as long as I still think like as long as it still looks good to me and I'm okay with it, mind's eye type of situation, you know, like we have to ask ourselves, what are we going to be okay with? Is it really going to make or break a figure if it doesn't have like a particular accessory or a certain like aesthetic that it's supposed to have, right? It's just like, okay, then I'm out. It doesn't have that. And to some people that may be the difference, but I'm with you either way. Like, even though I'm not getting it, I still think it looks great. I do see where people are saying they can do their own, what is it, Nightwing, like a kind of custom Nightwing, because that's what this suit is based on, right?
Yeah,
right?
I would not use a cape at all.
Yeah. This color scheme looks sick. I mean, I mentioned I have Superior Spider-Man. He's like that black and that candy-coated metallic red. So
yeah, and Nightwing has done this in the comics.
Yeah. I remember that. So this does look sick, man. And like Moose was saying earlier, you know, this is already was waitlisted on Sideshow. I haven't shopped around to see if he's available anywhere else.
Low stock.
Oh, low stock.
No, he's waitlisted.
I'll take a look again.
Yeah, I thought he waitlisted.
No, he's waitlisted right now. He waitlisted like last night or the night before.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, he was waitlisted on Friday. Yeah, that's when I saw he was waitlisted on Friday. So, which is interesting in itself because he's waitlisted, and the last I looked, Batman wasn't. So I guess people, just more like right here. Oh no, he has a cape here. Never mind.
I would absolutely take that cape off and let him be Nightwing.
Yeah, that'd be sick. Oh yeah, and the reviews that I seen, that unboxing, it's kind of cool how they implemented this. You just take you remove the mask and the movable eyes. Like,
oh my gosh, that looks horrifying.
Yeah. And Dave did he did like a Photoshop, and he had a scoop of ice cream.
Oh yeah, can you pull that up?
Is that? Let me see here. Yeah. While I'm working on that, what are your thoughts, Moose, on screen accuracy versus like I guess like prop accuracy? Or do you have a preference, or does it matter to you? While I pull this up,
I guess it doesn't matter to me because I haven't noticed anything. You know, I still got him. You know, whether he could suck the high heaven, but I wanted the figure, so I'm going to get him. You know, and so I'll live with what I have. You know, if I have to do something, I have to fix it. Hey, at least hopefully nothing will break. I'm worried about my Batman and Returns of 2.0 because the suit might fail. And I already had a problem with my EX06 Gorn hand thumb falling off. You know, it's separated at the seam, and I asked for a replacement, and they laughed at me at an EX06, basically. You know, we're not going to give that to you. And if you wanted it, we had to send you one. It would cost you $80 in tariffs. I go, what? Are you talking for a little thumb? For a hand? I want a hand that with a thumb that's attached? He said, you're going to just glue it. I go, oh, thanks. Okay, gee, appreciate your concern. So, as for this, if there's some minor, minor, infidelities on this or something like that, I'll survive. I will, live with it. Unless something's broken. The only thing I don't live with is broken. And I've had broken figures from Sideshow, broken figures from William Wang. So, and then I got,
that sucks.
Compensation or replacement. So
so here's the photo that.
It's not a big deal, I think he looks cool. I mean, I hate the movie.
Yeah.
And I buy figures because of the beauty of them. I buy figures because I want to have some beautiful representation. Mr. Freeze needs someone to battle. I have Freeze, and I'll have Clooney and Robin, and I'll have Mr. Freeze in the chair with the bathrobe from So Toys.
Yeah, the So.
That's a cool set. That's a nice likeness of Arnie. And so hopefully they'll make other things. I'll probably get the Bane, the Mars Toys Bane. And Mars Toys, they're really coming up to. I'm surprised they don't get a license, a permanent license. But, no, you can't do everything. Sideshow owns some things. Sideshow Hot Toys owns some things. Still.
Yeah. All right, here we go. So here's that photo that Dave shared. So the scoop wasn't in there, obviously. Like he just had showed to remove the eyes, and you can remove the mask, and you can move Robin's eyes. But yeah, he threw this in and he labeled his Baskin Robin. Oh man, that was so good. That was too good. Yeah, it's just this is horrifying though. This is like nightmare fuel right here. When I saw this, like holy shit.
Well, I might do this.
Yeah,
it might be funny. He might look better with the other eyes.
I don't know about that one. Yeah, I don't know about that one, Moose. You can have him on your shelf here without his mask, just like this, staring at you.
His pure body horror.
You can put some blood on it under the eyes. Put some paint, some blood on there. Like his eyes get poked out. Like you can do some kind of like an Oedipus Rex kind of thing. I'm
I was
all
saying he looks like
Rex,
some sort of Silent Hill like creature. Like when you, for those of you that play that game, that survivor horror game, when you go over to like the other side or the other dimension, they have like these weird ass looking creatures. Yeah, like I don't know. If you just say at night, you just see this kind of crawling towards you, like this creature with no eyes. Oh man, I like nope. They can just turn around and I'm out of there. Yeah, it's just crazy. But I just thought that was funny.
That was
good one, Dave.
Gosh, I literally when I saw that on Figure Hideout's thing, that's where I took that shot from. When I saw him pull those out, I recoiled in my seat. I yelled and I jumped back like that. I was not prepared for that. Golly, dude, that was ooh.
Yeah, you were Dunskies. Let me address the chat here. Where are we at? Big Rib saying, yeah, he got his returns from Underground 2. Okay, nice. Big Rib. Oh yeah, so mentioning the Mr. Freeze, so Big Rib also adds, I ended up picking up these two. Going to look sick with Freeze and Mars Bane if Jazz Inc. makes Poison Ivy. Oh man, yeah, I know.
I will get that.
Poison Ivy. But yeah, not a fan of the movie. Passing the figures. However, that Mr. Freeze, that Arnold Freeze. Oh man, that was just like too good to pass up. I had to get that one just because as a figure, again, that's just one of those. He looks just so badass, and like the suit as a figure itself, that's just one of the ones that lends itself to being a good figure. Yeah, that just looks so
He's
good.
Tempting.
So yeah. Oh, you haven't.
He is very tempting. No, but I've been thinking about it because damn, he looks good.
So maybe he does.
And he's USB, right?
I believe so. Yeah, I think he is. I'm trying to remember I think his gun was, his head was, and I think I'm trying to remember. I think we were trying to remember, that's one of the things we were suggesting that he should have had like light up eyes, because that would have been really cool. But I think the rest of his body might be USB. I don't know. Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong in the chat. I can't recall, or if anyone can confirm that. Let's see here. Big Rib saying, got my returns from Underground 2. X-Men didn't bend it too much, but I already can see some peeling. Damn, that sucks, man. I love Return Suit 2 too much. Don't want to return it if I'm not getting another one. Yes, that's a tough situation to be in, right? So for sure, it sucks all around. I know Beam and Blue, again, shout out to them. They did a showcase on S Beam's channel, and he was going to go through this real time, showing off like the damage on his Batman Returns figures, and there was like some damage that happened while he was streaming or while he was doing the video. Like holy shit. So yeah, man, I definitely feel bad for all of you who got that figure, because that's definitely, I agree, it's not acceptable. I mean, we can, it's debatable whether you want to go with accuracy or not, and how accurate a figure is, but something like that I think we should all like band together and definitely say something if you haven't already, whether that be an email to Sideshow and or Hot Toys, because from what I understand, you can email Hot Toys directly, but their typical reply is like you go through the distributor or whoever, the retailer that you bought it from. So I would say email both, right? So you can cover both your bases. And
I emailed Hot Toys anyway.
Yeah, so
I don't even have it yet. I emailed them anyway. I was like, hey, I'm thinking about not getting this. Like, y'all need to take care of this shit.
Yeah, because that's like a defect, right? If you buy anything else and it's defective, you definitely like the company should
make good on it
somehow. Yeah, make good on it, right? And if they don't have any more figures, then you might have to that's one of those things where you have to like settle with getting a refund or some sort of credit or something. But I'll leave that up to you. Every collector, you're right, they have their options there, but you at least have that. And it's really shitty to have, because it's an action figure, right? It's not a statue, so you shouldn't have to just be restricted to not doing anything with it and leaving a museum pose. And so it's I emailed Sideshow and just I'm not getting in his figures, but still, like, what the point to be, and I still have to email Hot Toys. I forget the email address, but I have to go back, and Blue mentions it on the stream as well, but let him know straight up, hey, I don't have this figure, but I really hope whatever this issue is, it gets corrected in the future, because this is something that should not be happening. I don't know what's going on, but yeah, I think it's just something, like I said, all collectors would come together and collectively as a group, right? I think this is something we can all agree with that's not acceptable. And so
what's going on is Howard doesn't have his hands into everything. You know, there are other people that he delegates. He delegates to somebody who's a hack. You know, go away. You know. Sorry, I repeated
like
the
I
same
said,
word, hack again. You know, the stumble
Power
bum.
numbers.
You know, we don't need a stumble bum. You know, and they make shitty fucking products. You know, I mean, I don't know how they. What do they make it out of? Polyurethane? You know, what are they making it out of? You know, of Jello? They're making it out of Jello.
I'm sure they're not gonna. Yeah, they're not gonna let us know what they told us. But either way, it's like, yeah, it's just something I think we all. It's just like, this is again one of those things like power numbers I mentioned before. But with your wallet, one of the things that only works if you do it in numbers as group, right? So if everyone comes together on this issue, I think this is something that could be. Hopefully, it could be corrected. I'm not saying it will, but it will have more of a voice if we all speak up in unison on this. So, I'm not saying you need to or you should, but if you want something done, I would definitely. Yeah, yep, you would. Yeah, Beam saying that. I'm saying, yeah. Some people know, like right here. Some people are like, well, I just gotta pose it, and that's what I gotta do. And I'm just gonna. And I get it, right? You want this figure, you want the representation. When else are you gonna get this? So it's like, I definitely feel like the conflict there. Like, damn it, well. I think who was like Big Rib just said, like he loves his figures so much, but like if they don't have any more, then then you're just asked out of the figure completely, right? So again, that's just up to the decision of every collector.
But here's the thing about that though is if they don't have any more, that's great, but we still need to let them know.
No,
because they might not know.
Yeah,
they might not know.
Yeah,
because it seems like that first batch, with the exception of what Justin got, and with the exception of Jay over at Brother Cousins. A lot of people say theirs were good. Now, I don't know what their, basis for comparison is or if they even pose them at all. Because with Batman figures, a lot of folks don't try to pose them because historically you can't, which I get. But like, I would, I've heard some people say that they have posed their Batman returns and it was fine. And maybe it was a batch thing or a partial batch thing. But like, I think if there's a problem with the figure that you bought, to not say something, at least, is doing a disservice to yourself and us all. Because if we want to not have these issues in the future, we need to raise a stink about them now. They're not going to change anything, and we know this, if we don't hold them to it. Because they view us as little slop goblins, and we're just gonna slop up everything they throw at us because that's what they can get away with.
I don't want
to,
and I don't want to necessarily say it was like intentional, right? I even if it was just an accident, or I won't say accident, but something they overlooked. I don't know if it wasn't enough testing. Something happened, and someone just made a bad decision. Okay, either way, like it's still something. And I don't want to just go out and blatantly say like, oh, Hot Toys, they intentionally did this and they just or whatever. So that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying either way, it's just something that
absolutely
needs to be corrected, right? So I just want to throw that out there as well.
But they're not at the ground level like that. Like they don't see everyone. They don't see inside everyone's homes. They don't know what these figure is doing in everybody's house. If you don't tell them, they don't know probably. So
yeah, exactly. Yep, exactly. And speaking of. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got another panelist here joining us. We got S Beam in the house. What's up, S Beam? What's up, good sir?
Oh. Hello. I can only say for a little bit. I figured.
What's up?
Only got a little bit, but a little bit of time.
Yeah, man. Go ahead. Say your piece. Say your piece.
Which piece? Piece of shit.
Oh, I don't know. Oh, you just wanted. I thought you meant you joined to like say something about this, but you meant just to hang out for a little bit. Okay, I got
just to hang out. Yep.
I hear you.
Just to hang out.
Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, my bad. I read that wrong.
Can you get it?
I read the room wrong. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I just like I said, I went more into that than I wanted to, but I just kind of wanted to share my thoughts on that just because I wasn't able to join Beam and Blue in there. And like I said, he already did his video. So yeah, you go check that out if you want to see more of what he encountered, and I'm sure other collectors. There's plenty of videos out there that show that. So. It's just unfortunate. So again, heart goes out to all you who are counting this because it really sucks, especially if this is your guy, this is your Batman, and you were really looking forward to this figure. So yeah. But again, this doesn't happen. this doesn't happen often, right? I can't remember the last time this happened at all, right? So unless I'm just not remembering, but
Catwoman
had the similar
that Dark Knight Catwoman 2.0 came out, and some folks were having her with like where her boots were damaged out of the box, like before they even opened the box, and they were getting all mucked up by moving it around. Yeah, it's like they didn't really improve on the previous figure; they just released more of the same. Is what it looked like to me. I haven't had either one, but it looked like the same issues that I was seeing with the original. So that's why I say, fucking tell them.
Yeah,
but at least tell them.
Yeah, let them know. If anything, just let them know, just for sure, so they're aware. And the more they get, the more they take notice. But all right, let me address some of the chat here. The chat going through here. Sorry if I'm behind them. And there's a lot going on here. So appreciate you interacting in the chat, and then apologies if I missed anyone here. Johnny Chronicles also agrees. My least favorite of the Batman movies, but damn if these two figures don't look sexy. Sexy, yeah. Yeah. I don't know if the nipples that helps with that, with the sexiness there. Yeah, we got the Thalia Meyer in the house. What is up? Thank you for joining us. Hello and good morning, everyone. Good morning to you as well. Let's see here. Extreme. Glad. Oh, we got Collection Obsession in the house as well. Thank you for joining us. Appreciate it. Glad I kept my Batman Returns 1.0. Yeah, and I hear a lot of people have saying good things about that one. So at least you guys have those that to fall back on if you did grab that one. Let's see here. SB adding, pretty sure the MP Catwoman suit used a lot of staples too. Wait, what is MP? What am I missing here?
Michelle Pfeiffer.
Oh, duh. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Yeah, that's what I heard too. And I also heard, like, this is according to Yost, because I know Yost does his research and he does, like, he wants to make sure he does figures justice from what I understand. Like, he wants to do them right. And so he was saying that from his research, the Catwoman went through multiple suits during the shoot because they had to, the way she was moving and how they made the suit each time. And, like, there was just, like, multiple suits that they had to make. And so that kind of goes again to, like, fabric accuracy versus movie accuracy versus, like, prop accuracy there. Ashley saying the end of the movie suits were blue. This is right. Oh, okay. So it's just at the end of the movie. So it seems like you're talking about when? Yeah. Okay. Well, that I understand. That's something different, Rope. But as far as like this suit specifically here, the black and red Robin suit, I'm not sure if that was the case or not. If it was meant to be black, but yeah. Let's see here. Yeah, Ashley, you're screwed if you lose that mask for sure. If you lose Robin's mask, yep, you're gonna have to live with that nightmare. Or get rid of it, or give it to Moose. I'm sure Moose will take it, right, Moose? The Robin figure without the eyes.
I usually take the beam cast off. For a good price, for a fair price.
Yeah. Just stuff some meatloaf in there. It'll be good.
It's good. Yeah, mashed potatoes and meatloaf in those. Yeah, and the eye holes. Yeah. The Collection Obsession Iceman cometh. Yeah, that would be funny. Iceman cometh to me. Blues saying Hot Toys inaccurate? No way. Yeah, believe it or not. Yeah, I've heard it too. I've heard those stories. Yeah, Hot Toys is inaccurate. We got Cougars Wagnum in the house. Thank you for joining us. I don't know if I'm saying that right. So this is lame. $500 figures. Y'all are the worst kind of collectors. Shaking my head. Not sure what you mean by that, but either way, thanks for joining us. I already
hid that guy. He was saying some weird shit.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Oh, well, thanks for taking care of that. Yeah, we do have moderators here, folks. So again, I don't mind people who disagree. Like, one of the guidelines: keep it civil, respectful, challenge the argument, and not the person. So, of course, we all have different opinions, and how these figures should be. Everything's subjective, right? And like I've mentioned before in my other streams, so we all value these figures differently, and so I get it, I understand. But if you have different opinions, feel free to share them. But just again, keep it civil and respectful. Civil and respectful. In the end, they're figures, right? We don't need any of these. I mentioned before, these are just like luxury items. It's just nice to have. It's a hobby. So let's just try to have fun with it in the end overall, right? Just have fun. What's that?
I was reading his comments.
Oh, okay. Let's see here. But thanks, X-Men, for handling that. If that's what it came down to. Yeah. Evangeline, meatloaf and mashed potatoes sound good right now. Yeah, right. Okay.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Too late to get those right now. Damn.
Yeah. Okay. Anyone got any more thoughts on Batman and Robin here before we go on to announcements? The last of the announcement. I think these should. I don't want to say go quick, but the trio of announcements.
You know what Kevin Smith called Batman and Robin?
No, what do you call him?
With a gay fantasia. That's how he
really
described
say
it.
that?
Yeah.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Go back.
Right,
You can find it there.
Was he joking or was he serious?
I don't even want to say it, but Kevin Smith said it.
Yeah.
You know.
All right.
I mean, I'm going to get canceled for you saying it. You know?
Yeah, let's not touch that then. We'll just leave that there. But let me switch over here to. I just realized I had some comparison photos, like I mentioned. The faceplates, proto versus final here, and I forgot to put the label on here. Whoops, wrong one here. Actually, let me switch over to, that's my view. You want to see the presenter view. Here we go. So on the top set of photos, we have the prototype faceplates, and on the bottom, these are the finals here. And I think even looking at, based on these, I think they did a good job. I mean, I can see Clooney in this, right? If I looked at this just like the lower faceplates, I can kind of see Clooney in those. So as long as I can see that, then I think they did a good job. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Looks the same to me.
It looks funny on this. It looks funny on my phone. I can see Batman and Robin figure on the screen. There it is. Now it finally showed up. There's a big lag on my phone.
So, yeah, that's probably
sounds like it.
Well, there's always a lag between StreamYard and YouTube.
When I turn left, when I turn right, when you're probably your left, when I turn, I'm looking at the TV set because it's a nice bigger picture than the tiny little thing. And I think I'm getting this. I'm going to try to get I got my laptop working today, and I got YouTube working, but I got to get Facebook working because they said, oh, your thing got hacked, so I got to get my laptop working with Facebook and Facebook Messenger so I can use that and just sit in a little chair. But I'll probably fall asleep because that chair, the computer sitting in front of it, is the most comfortable chair in the planet. Oh my God. I gotta put some tax on it, but it looks fine. I mean, I like it. Like what the hell? I like these figures. I like these head sculpts.
This rant sponsored by Lazy Boy.
I am the laziest asshole you'll ever meet.
You're not lazy. Yeah, you're searching out for deals on a daily. That takes some work. That takes some willpower.
You are certainly not lazy.
Well, I work 40 hours a week plus. I work more than 40 hours a week sometimes. So I mean, I get out of bed. I get out of bed like at 5:30 at the latest. So I can get to work. I want to get there on time, like 7 o'clock ish or something like that. And I work, until like 5:30, and then I got to drive home. And I'd rather just like wait there, sit on my phone for an hour, then drive home because traffic at 5:30 is so much worse than 6:30.
Yeah, I bet, man. You earn your figures, man. You earn your figures on the grind, like, because that's a lot of us do. And so that's where I see I get the argument, like we're making money to like buy these figures, and so some have higher expectations than others on what they should be. But Beam, what are your thoughts here on this the faceplates? Do you think they came out pretty good?
Yeah, they turned out pretty good. I mean, it's clearly recognizably Clooney. So
yeah, right.
That's all you can really ask for.
Yeah. Yeah, and I tried to do my best again, as I usually do, kind of compare like same angles, same shots, but they don't always match up. But yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, so again, hopefully for those of you getting this, hopefully this comes out great. There's no issues on this one, but like I said, I just would anticipate the worst just in case. It can only get better from there, right?
Remember when the Batman from the Flash, with the bike came out and everyone said, it looks like Ben Affleck's stunt double. I got that in.
Yeah.
It looks just like Ben Affleck. I can't tell the difference. It looks great.
You need thicker glasses.
Does he? Yeah, I didn't get it, but yeah. Hey, if it looks like him to move. If it looks like him to move, then he's got it, yeah.
Making fun of me, making fun of the old man. You're Christ sake, my debilitation, my poor eyesight. You're making fun of an old man. How dare you?
Yeah. He's just teasing you. We got 14 Wellington in the house. Judo Chop. What is up, my man? Thank you for coming through, Wellington. Hope you're doing well, good sir. All right, so if no one has anything else, we're going to go on to, the talk of the town, I think. These are just coming out when the hype is high, when the fire is hot. No one got anything else? All right, here we go. Striking while the iron is hot. Next up we have the announcements. This trio of figures here, the singers themselves, you know them as, of course, Huntress from K-pop Demon Hunters. So we have Zoey, Mira, and Rumi. We'll start with Zoey here, and yeah, this is not really a surprise. Well, for one, because Hot Toys tease it, but it seems like all this merch, all the K-pop Demon Hunters merch, just kind of flooded the market all at once, from like smaller scale to now the 6th scale. I don't know if there was like some sort of timed thing that they were looking out for, but yeah, so here we are. After a couple of teases done by Hot Toys, we finally got these K-pop Demon Hunter figures. So starting off with Zoey. Real quick, it's interesting that they labeled this. These are in the part of the TMS line. Even though this was a movie, it's not a TV show. So TMS is television. Was it Masterpiece series?
Yeah.
And so I don't know if that's just because
they didn't put it in theaters. It was on Netflix.
Right. So that's what I was gonna say. I think that was the reason, right? Because like maybe I guess they're considering Netflix part of like their TV line now, and it's not really like theatrical movies as part of their. I don't know. It's just was something I noticed, and that was kind of interesting. But anyways, yeah. So set to come out Q1, Q2, 2027. Zoey's 260 USD. She's standing at just a little over 2.8 inches, so 27 centimeters, 28 points of articulation. So this is another interesting thing. So in the description, and you kind of see here, she's supposed to come with 2 interchangeable face plates, right? Face plates, not head sculpts. And you can kind of see it here. She has one, and it's kind of blurred out. And it's the same for all 3 of them. They have an extra one here, and they blur it out. An interchangeable face plate, right? So again, not a head sculpt. So, and it looks like it's going to be maybe like their singing versions. And it does say here in the description, smiling and singing expressions. So you kind of expect each one of those to have those 2 separate face plates. They will have rolling eyes though. Body made of silicone material with an intermetal skeleton. So body, right? It doesn't say upper body or lower body. It's just body. So it seems like full body is going to be seamless silicone material. Doesn't specify the quality though. 8 hands for Zoey. Let's see, 2. She comes with her spirit blades, her 2 shinka? I think that's what they're called. 2 sets of those, anyways. Her translucent blades, her diary, microphone, smartphone, her cup of noodles or her ramen. Yeah, can't forget that. For those of you that know, a light stick, a holographic signed poster, and then a lenticular character backdrop, which is actually kind of cool, right? So lenticular being, I mean, it seems static here, but I think lenticular is like that effect where, you know, if you move side to side, it kind of has like that right movement, right? Is that what that is?
It shifts.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, thank you. It shifts. So that's pretty cool that they included it. I don't know if Hot Toys has done that before. Usually it's just like some sort of, if anything, it's like a cardboard backdrop. But yeah, this seems like it's going to be, some sort of lenticular backdrop there. So it kind of goes with their whole like stage performing vibe, which is really cool, man. They're the performers. So this character pops as a whole. I think this is like my favorite look of all of them. And looks to be the most accurate. I'm not comparing. I haven't compared like the actual screenshot, but she looks like from what I remember her looking like. I haven't seen the movie. I really enjoyed it. Music, of course, I agree with everyone saying that music is banging, really catchy. It's K-pop, right? Of course, it's gonna be catchy. But yeah, I'm loving the colors too. This is like my color scheme here. Yeah, really cool. This is all 3 of them here. Then let me jump over to. Let me go over all these, and then I'll throw over to you guys. So next up is Mira. Mira, same price, 260s. USD set to come out same time, Q1, Q2 next year. She's standing a little bit taller, 11.2 inches, 28 centimeters. Also has 28 points of articulation. Same thing, like I mentioned, 2 face sculpts are intended to come out. Same seamless body. Let's see. So she's gonna have her weapon of choice, right? Is the curved moon sword, translucent blade with colored bells. This one has, where to say? So she has her skirt with the metal material chain, which I thought was interesting. So I guess the chain that she has here on her skirt, right here, you can see on the left, is going to be, it says metal material, which I presume is supposed to just going to be metal, right? I think. So that's something to kind of keep in mind.
Metal paint.
Let's see, where was I? What's that?
Be metal paint.
Yeah, metal paint. Is that what you think? They mean by metal material?
Lead paint.
8 hands for her. Let's see, where's that? Yeah, a microphone again, another microphone, smartphone, noodles. That seems to come with the same accessories that come with all 3 of them. Another light stick.
They're gonna make the figures with the things out of zinc instead of metal. It'll be zinc.
Head of zinc, yeah, iron or something, yeah. hexagon-shaped base for all of them there. So that's Mira, and then last but not least, I think the seemed like the most popular of the three, Rumi. Again, it's Q1, Q2, 2027, so same time frame. She's 280 though, 280 USD. She's standing the second tallest, just under Mira. So she's at a little over 11 inches, still 28 centimeters, but well, no, actually should be at the same. It says 28 on both, so maybe I just did a typo there. So yeah, 28, same as Mira. Also 28 points of articulation, 2 face sculpts as well. Kind of sees like a slightly open mouth, so it's probably going to be a singing. It's supposed to be a singing expression there. See, did I mention this already? Yeah, 8 hands for her. Metal, so she's gonna have a metal necklace, a metal material necklace, and a metal material necklace with the colored charms. So 2 different ones. Her tiger sword, again, microphone, smartphone, couple of noodles with the light stick, and then signed poster, holographic banner, and her lenticular backdrop as well. So yeah, all 3 of them. I'm gonna pause there. I know, I have some topics I want to get into this one after this, but what are your guys' thoughts on this? Did any of you see the movie? And what are your thoughts on the figures?
Not yet.
No, I haven't seen it. I haven't had a Netflix account for a couple of months now because I just hadn't been watching it. I got rid of it right before Wednesday season 2 hit, which I should have waited, but I just got annoyed with paying for ads, so I just kind of rage quit. But I will watch it eventually though, because everyone says it's really good and it looks like it's fun, and I like cartoony stuff.
Yeah. Was that Moose?
It looks great. I mean, it looks fun. They look all very attractive young ladies, I would certainly date them if they were real,
Oh man, here we go.
I don't want to date all 3 of them at the same time, have a foursome.
Careful, Moose. I don't know if they're of age. I don't know how. I can't remember.
I know. That's what I mean. That's the question. I don't know.
I think someone said that they are, but I don't know that for sure. That's not even. That's not even part of the
cartoon,
conversation.
Yeah, yeah, it's not a part of it. Yeah. What are we doing here? Yeah. Yeah, the head sculpt on Rumi though, and I think in Mira are slightly off. Well, I should say the paint. They're as far as the head sculpt, they're animated figures, right? I think it's the paint, more specifically the eyes. I think they're at the angle's not right. When I first saw these, I thought that for some reason that doesn't really look like her, and I think it was the eyes. And then I went to go look back at some photos, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I think that's what it is. So it's weird though, because they got Zoey, right, the one in blue and green, but the other 2 seem to be off. But again, it's one of those things. Like if you don't want it corrected, be sure to let Hot Toys know. And share your thoughts and your feedback on their social media on that. But yeah, whoops. B-Man, you got any quick thoughts on this? I know you're going to go over it tomorrow on Collector's Figure. It seemed like, but anything you want to add here?
I probably won't add add a whole lot to it tomorrow either. So, but
oh, okay.
I don't know. They look like their characters, I guess. I haven't seen the movie, nor
Gotcha.
do I intend to. But
no, your kids weren't into it.
Nope.
No, wow. Oh, interesting. Okay.
I think they watched it. They may have watched it. I don't know. I didn't ask them, but
oh, okay. Okay, so yeah,
they didn't tell me about it either. So
oh, they're like, yeah. I guess it wasn't for them. Yeah. This necklace here is supposed to. This is what I was saying. Like her necklace is supposed to be a metal material is what it said.
That's why it's $20 more.
Well, I mean, because like Mira here, the girl with the long pink hair, this chain is also, like I said, it's supposed to be metal material as well. And then I don't think anything on the one on the right with the short black hair, I don't think she has anything that's metal for her. Let me go back and double check.
Messing around with metal. Still can't do it with real leather.
I know, right? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, these are pleather, aren't they? That skirt and that jacket.
Oh, yeah. I mean, not necessarily these figures, but in general.
You're just saying in general, right? Yeah.
Well, I'm guessing that they probably did the same here, too.
Yeah, they didn't specify the material, so I'm guessing it's probably going to be pleather. Yeah, that's good.
Because every time they do leather, they love to tell us.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
That's always the first thing that comes out. It's got leather. That should always have leather. It's what are you talking about?
Don't miss. Yeah, and here's all the ramen with their names on it. I don't think I realized that yet. let me address the chat here before I go on to some topics. I'm gonna actually share a little more here on this. We got Just McFly in the house. Positive vibes, everyone. Yes, sir. Always. Yes, positive vibes. Yeah, I'm trying to promote that. What's that, X-Man?
McFly.
Yeah, McFly. Yeah, think McFly. Think. Is that really where you got your name from, Just McFly? Is it based on Marty McFly? Let us know. I'm curious now. McFly. Gotta have time to rewrite it. Let's see here. I need to watch this K-pop anime. Yeah, I mean, I think it's good. Like, I'm not gonna lie, my kids were into it. Of course, I learned it through them, and they watched multiple times, and they were singing the songs, and like I heard more about it. I'm like, okay, you know what? I'll give it a try, because I always try to try to keep an open mind with things. One of the reasons I wanted to watch this because this is the same studio that did Across the Spider-Verse, right? The animated movie. It was Sony. It was created by Sony, and so that kind of had me intrigued. And so yeah, sure enough, went through and watched it, and it was actually pretty good. Again, like I said, the music was good. I enjoyed it. It was it was a fun movie. Let's see here. Clint Marston, I haven't seen Hot Toys blurred a photo in a long time. Which one is that referring? Oh, I see. It's this head sculpts. Yeah, you're right. I was thinking about that too when I saw this. Someone else, when they were going over head sculpts, and you're right. I think the last one I remember, I'm not sure if this was the most recent, but the other photo they did this for was Shuri, I believe, for Black Panther Shuri. I think they blurred out her head sculpt, right? And I'm not sure what else they did after that, but that was, I think that was one. I don't know if that was because of spoilers or what, or I think it was just all black. I can't remember. Yeah, they would just said head sculpt, but let me know, Clinton, if you know what else they did that for. Now that I think about it, I can't remember if the Shuri, they just like had a black box but just said head sculpt pending or coming, or if they actually blurred it out. I can't remember. But yeah, you're right. Yeah, good. Thanks for reminding me. I was going to point that out too. Yep. And it probably is just, I'm guessing, to license approval. They're probably still waiting on approval to get that right. So they're probably just showing, hey, an extra faceplate is coming, but we are still working on that, and getting approvals on that. Let me go back to Zoey here. What is this, X-Man? Talking body, and it triggered the Tovella song in my head. What song is that?
Oh, you ain't heard of Tovlo? Oh man,
Tovlo?
I gotta send you some more music.
Okay, maybe I did, and I just didn't realize that's what it was. But
I think is she Swedish? I think she's Swedish.
She okay?
Or something. She's from somewhere over in those Nordish areas. But okay. Yeah, she's been a thing for a while.
Okay, then maybe I did hear some of her stuff, and I just didn't realize that was her name. Evangeline
I
saying
need
Hot
more
Toys
Swedish
spicing them
women.
up. You need more what?
More Swedish women.
More? How many do you have now?
Yeah, I know. Wait,
I need more. I need 0. I have 0 right now.
Let them out. They need to breathe.
I might have a blonde Italian soon. I'm looking into a blonde Italian.
Oh, okay.
All right. Thanks for the update there, Moose. Yeah. 14 Wellington saying, anybody do this when they were a kid? Attempt to hold their breath to match a character on TV was swimming underwater. I just tried doing that entire moose. I'm now dizzy to see the moose rant. I wonder. Yeah, I mean, I know there's a blue rant. The weeklies on Collector's Figure, but maybe Moose can do something similar on your shows, Moose, on your lives or your videos on your channel.
I'm trying to think of what I want. I made fun of people in the past because people that buy figures and then sell them off like quickly, and for less than they paid. It seemed like, and I said, you're not really a collector. You're a renter. Of figures, figure renter. But I'm plundering those people, so I'm not going to complain about it too much. Like Jesus,
Yep.
I like how Zoey, like her face is giving Bubbles, but her character design is giving Buttercup. And I keep trying to figure out which archetype, who's which archetype here, like because you got the Powerpuff Girls, right, and then you got these guys who are kind of, probably in some ways mirroring that, I would imagine. Because you've got the one who's the leader, You got the one who's like the tough one. I was doing like just a cursory like read up. Like I don't really like know the characters, but you get like the one that's all like fun and happy and all that shit.
Yeah. No,
so it's like
that's a good
comparison.
I didn't even think about the comparison to the Powerpuff Girls. Yeah. What were you gonna say, Beam?
No, I'd say it's very Powerpuff Girls adjacent.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. I don't think I've ever seen an episode of that. I know of them, but I haven't seen the Powerpuff Girls. But
and then these guys have like there's like an evil counterpart, right? That's like a bunch of boys.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, the Powerpuff Girls, they got the Rowdy Rough Boys, you know. So
is there? How do you even know that? Yeah.
So we're doing this whole thing, yeah, you know.
Yeah. Just modernize it, yeah. Maybe they did take some like inspiration or influence from the Powder. Is it Powder Puff or Powerpuff?
Powerpuff.
Powerpuff, got it. Yeah, Powerpuff Girls. Yeah. Clint Martin here saying these figures look good. However, the Mattel ones look good for a lot less. 150 for the 3-pack. Granted, these are seamless, but the head sculpts are comparable. Yeah, that's actually, man, you're like kind of teasing there. That's another topic I'm going to get into. So let's just go right into it, actually, because
it's true.
Yeah, I know a couple of topics. What's that?
It is true.
Oh, it's true. Yeah. I think I'm missing it. Oh, we got Low Key Collector in the house. What's up, Calvin? What's up, good show? Thank you for coming through. Says, thank you for coming through. All right, so first topic here on these in general, right? So we had, let's see where I'm at. So we had Stitch, Jinx on this episode alone, art from Arcane, and then KPop Demon Hunters. Do you guys think that there's what do you guys think about like the labeling of animation, right? It just kind of seems like I've been listening and watching the streams recently, and when it comes to these figures, it seems like the attitude more towards these is kind of like I'm not gonna like I don't know anything about this, or nor do I care to. It kind of seems like it's more like for kids, and so like the whole attitude on these was, and I could be reading the room wrong, but it just seems like I have no interest in it, nor do I care because it's aimed more towards kids, which I mean is the case, but you can say that about Clone Wars. I think I've heard someone say like, was it Filoni, or like it was meant to be for kids, but you know, if you compare it to like Clone Wars, Bad Batch, Rebels, or things like that, it seems like there's more of an acceptance that adults watch that, whereas like this specifically, it just kind of seems like that's not the case, right? It's just like it seems like there's a stigma behind this this like franchise. I don't know. What are you guys' thoughts on that? I'll turn it over to X-Man on that, on the stigma labeling this like for kids versus adults.
You can't tell me that one person that's complaining about this or anything else being for kids doesn't want Ninja Turtle figures.
Yeah.
Doesn't want He-Man figures.
Yeah.
Put your cork down. You've sniffed it long enough.
Hold on, Moose. Let Dave finish, then you can go after that.
Well, I was saying, you know, you've sniffed your cork long enough. Put it down. go back to your little cave with your JND figures, all 2 of them, because that's all you could afford. And shut the fuck up. We're not above cartoons of any kind here. You're sitting in your room full of toys. Don't fucking be that guy. That's all I'm gonna say. Don't fucking be that guy. We don't have room for that around here. Calm the fuck down. You're not too good for this. You're not too good for a cartoon. Get over yourself. Get the fuck over yourself.
There you go, straight from X-Man. Moose, you were gonna say?
Yeah, well, first of all, so do you think so? Arcane came out a couple of years ago, I assume, you know, and I'm sure because of the, you know, I don't know how long these movie shows are in development. But I think, you know, when they that was successful, I'm sure they wanted, well, let's do it again somehow, you know, Netflix. Let's find another show like it, but make it kind of clean it up. Make it so this is like a clean version of, you know, I think you know, Arcane, you know, the K-pop Demon Hunters. You know, it's very similar in color and sparkling and everything like that. But here, look, I want to show you this. Here's a thing on Walmart. You know, this is Walmart. It's a 3-figure set. Guess how much they want for this on Walmart?
$150. I think
$75.
$28 for the 3 figures. They're 11 and a half inches tall, the 3 of them in the box.
Yep.
$28.
Yeah, so that's actually I'm gonna yeah. That's the next topic here. That's the next topic I'm gonna go over. So we'll hold that thought. We'll come back to that. But going back to like the labeling of animation or just things like this in general for like as towards kids versus yeah, I guess just being as opposed to being for and the stigma behind that, I should say. What are your thoughts on that, Moose? On like animation? I mean, is this something you would watch?
I'll watch that eventually. I'd probably watch it. I watched The Incredibles. I love it. And I got figures look exactly like The Incredibles in the other room. Have you seen them? Want me to go get one? You know, it's like gorgeous. I mean, I'll go. No,
yeah, you showed them before. Yeah, you showed them before. I know you posted photos on that, but
yeah. Well,
it seems like something you would watch. Yeah, you said. I mean, you mentioned that. You didn't watch it. Okay. It's something you would watch. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, you know, I just won't watch. I just won't watch snuff films. You know, I'll watch this. You know.
Okay. Yeah, and I mean, and there's nothing wrong with like if it's not for obviously like if it's not for you, it's not for you. That's totally different thing, right? If you watch it and you give it a try, it's not for you. But just to like, I don't know if you want to consider like a preconception or like maybe like having some early like prejudgment, right? Some prejudice towards like the movie of how it's supposed to be, the show, or how you want to take that. But some thoughts like, okay, I'm not gonna touch that because it seems like it's because kids are into it, which. I mean, okay, yeah, so that's fair. I mean, yeah, that's not an inaccurate statement, but does that mean like adults can enjoy it too? And that goes not just for this, but for everything in general. I don't know. What are your thoughts on that, Beam?
About that stigma thing again?
Yeah. Or, I mean, no pressure. Like if you don't want to, you don't want to add anything.
No, I'm pretty much in the same boat as Dave. Get over it, because. You were a kid once. You watched cartoons.
Yeah.
And just because you might not anymore doesn't mean somebody else doesn't. So
yeah.
And there's so many good animated shows out there already. So what the hell are you bitching about?
Yeah.
Star Wars was for kids. Yeah. Remember that?
Who was it that said that? Was it Filoni?
Lucas.
Oh, Lucas. Okay,
Lucas said it was
Filoni.
It
was Lucas. Lucas said that. Okay.
It was around the time when the prequels were there, but pretty sure. But yeah, it was around the prequel time period. That's when he was touting Star Wars is for kids. So I don't know. If you like it, you like it. If you don't,
okay. But they showed the first showing of Star Wars in 1999. When the Phantom Menace came out was at midnight. And what kids are going to be out at midnight watching Star Wars with anybody, with their family or nobody? Nobody. So I mean, come on, he's full of shit. A kid property is not going to cost $4 billion. You need much more than just kids watching.
Yeah, I don't know. That's just. I think that's just movies in general. Like that's just the thing. Like released at midnight on like the day of the official release date. But I mean, I'm with you guys, right? And I see somebody here like Clint Martin saying animation is not just for kids. Spider-Man, Into the Spider-Verse, in my top 5 movies of all time. Nice, yeah. That was a really good movie too. Yeah, I really enjoyed that one too. Yeah, Evangeline, I'll always watch animation. Clint Martin, DC animated is arguably better than the movies. Yeah, that's another thing I heard too. And some of the ones I've seen, Dark Knight Returns. Yeah, I agree with also. And that kind of actually touches on what I was going to bring up too. Like a lot of these animated movies are like really well written. It's more than like some of the live action movies out there. I mean, I'm like video games same way. There's some video games have some really great stories that like just put some other movies to shame. And so I feel like if you're kind of going in with that mentality, like we'll just say like a closed mind of like, okay, I'm just gonna cut myself off from this animation just because it's like aimed for kids. You're just missing out on some good storytelling, some good voice acting or / acting in general. Because some of them, some of them are more kiddish than others, right? But it just depends. But there's some really good stuff out there, and I feel like you're robbing yourself if you don't give yourself the opportunity to watch it. So, yeah, I'm always up for watching anything good. Again, like I said, trying to keep an open mind and experience all these different works of either film, entertainment, art, or just these pieces in general. There's just like a lot of good stuff out there. I personally don't want to limit myself to just certain things and just miss out on experiences in general. And so yeah, like I'm with Dave and Beam and actually the rest of the panel, right? I personally don't put myself above watching animated movies. And I already go to the movies by myself as is, because it's like I enjoy the movies, and I've done the same for animated movies. I think I went to go watch what was I went to go watch some movie recently, but any like Disney Pixar movies, if I'm interested in watching it, I'll go watch it. Yeah, there's just like a lot of good stuff out there, right? So I just it's just a shame to miss out on it, just because there's a segment there. So all that to say, if you enjoy this, embrace it. If you're a big fan of K-pop Demon Hunters, then yeah, just embrace it. Just don't be afraid of being shamed. I'm sure there's some bullies, quote unquote, out there who would shame some people, but just ignore the trolls, right? This is something you love and you enjoy it, right? At least here, feel free to express how much you're looking forward to these figures, how much you love the movie or the show, or any show in animation. Because like I said, I thought it was really good. I'm glad I saw it because it was really well done, and the music, of course, is popping. This music is really, really good.
A good example. A good example of a cartoon that objectively looks like it's for kids, but it's really, really, really well made and good story and all that is friggin' Rebels, man. Like I didn't watch Rebels for a long time because I saw the animation. I'm like, oh, it kind of looks like it's a kid's show, so I didn't really pay much attention to it. And then I watched it, and that taught me the error of my ways right there. Like that's a fantastic series. If you have not watched Star Wars Rebels, that is, they got some really good storytelling in there. It's some really good shit.
Yep. Yeah, and Bad Batch too. What was that, Beam?
So that they do, yes.
Yeah.
With Dave.
Yep. Same for Bad Batch. Man, that was. I'm going to discuss this on Feezy's Media. Like I'm going to do a stream on the Bad Batch. I saw that. Holy shit! Yeah, it was like I know you guys were all telling me, and I was behind on watching that, but finally saw it, and damn, there's some good storytelling in the Bad Batch. Right? Some of them like got me like right here, and that's from an animation. I was like, holy shit! I think there was a scene in this movie too in K-pop that had me too like that. Like got me like emotional, and like there's like a scene where the main girl here, she's battling, hiding a secret, and trying to, hiding something from her friends, and she's like torn between what to do. I don't want to spoil anything if you haven't seen it, but yeah, I think that what they did here is really, really well done, and it's just kind of look at it higher about relating to something in your personal life, your actual life, like if you had a relatable moment to this character. So yeah, man, there's some good stuff out there. Yeah, I experience it. I would just encourage you all to experience that, kind of get past the animation part of it, because don't let that scare you away, basically. Yeah.
So this show is 100% CGI or computer generated somehow, right?
Yes.
AI generated.
Pretty sure, yeah.
So
yeah, there's no live action.
Almost all other superhero movies are probably 60 to 70% CGI for the most part. I mean, they're not just 100% because they have some live action things that they want to use, but I mean, what's the difference? Like you're splitting hairs. You think something has a good story, watch it. Who cares if it's drawn with a computer or drawn with bright colors or not? The five main colors. Like who cares if they do it? Like I still watch it once I get a chance to. Once I hear good things about it, and if I hear bad things, then I won't watch it. There's so many good things to watch, so many good figures to buy. I'm gonna go crazy.
Yeah. No, I'm with you, man. Yeah, that's another reason why I was intrigued to watch this, because it just got so many good reviews and people were just talking about it. I mean, yeah, of course, there's like a lot of kids who enjoy it, but I mean, I still didn't let that like lead me astray. Like I was still intrigued just because I mean, the adults were saying how good it was too. Like, oh shit, okay, give it a chance, and yeah, I enjoyed it.
That is a good point, though. See. If you don't want figures, maybe don't watch it.
Oh yeah, yeah. If you want to see,
maybe wait till the figures sell out before you watch something. Maybe that's a good idea.
Let's see here. Yeah, SpongeBob movie. Yeah. Oh, I went to go see that with my son. He wanted to go see that. So yeah, I mean SpongeBob movie. And I'm not gonna lie. I've went back and I've watched some SpongeBob episodes of my own just because there's some pretty clever writing in that one, and I mean, yeah, a lot of it's slapsticky, but there's some stuff that was actually pretty funny. There's a show that I watched that I actually really enjoy. It's called Sarah and Duck. My kids had gotten into it, but when I started watching, I'm like, wow, this is actually pretty. Some of the stuff in there is pretty funny. Yeah, so it's just like a lot of stuff out there that's just like cleverly written, and like a lot of people would miss out on, if not otherwise. So yeah, it's a lot of stuff out there. Yeah, Clint Martin. Okay, yeah, this is an exception. Hentai is definitely not for kids.
Nope.
Yeah, not for kids. Yeah,
Oh,
That's a
Trimble
whole
here?
other.
Where's Trimble at?
yeah. Where's Trimble? I think.
Yeah,
Trimble
where has he
was
been?
after, wasn't it? I think he's
Busy.
probably been busy.
As
Yeah.
far as I know.
Yeah. See, this is what I'm talking about here. Holger Brunken. If I'm hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. I'm 16. I love these K-pop figures. There we go. Good on you, man. Like
Yeah, see?
that's the shit I'm talking about right there. Here we go. Gotta give you praise, man. Because yeah, I mean, if you love it, you love it. It's just like I agree, it's not gonna be for everybody. And if that's the case, you tried it and it's not for you, then that's all fair. It's all good. I definitely understand that. But yeah, shout out to you, man. And I think all I have to say, just more people shouldn't be ashamed of liking this stuff because it's a good movie. These figures look great, except for the head sculpts, like for the other figures. Like I'm saying, that I do agree.
The accuracy is important.
Fix that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not getting these personally, but they will pop on the shelf. But yeah, so you were gonna say X-Men?
Well, for having not seen the movie, I don't see a whole lot of difference in liking these figures just by virtue of the figure from like stuff like the Enderverse lines, right? Like those are just all, those are just all things that are made up for the sake of being a figure. There's no IP attached to that. And their art, they're great. People buy them because they look good and they like them. And there's nothing wrong with doing that here with something like this too. Like if it's something that speaks to you, it speaks to you. It's all art. It's all a form of art.
Yeah.
And these with the bright colors and everything, they look fantastic.
Yeah, and it's based on like the animation, right? That's what it's supposed to be, which is an artistic like movie, right? I mean, it was drawn or CG, however they did it, but so they're gonna look comparable. Like we want to be them as accurate to that as possible, pulling from an animated to like a live action figure. And then another thing I just remembered too, I heard a lot of people like say like these just look like dolls, but again, going back to that,
kinda.
Yeah, but again, we've kind of made that joke, kind of half jokingly. I forget who it was. Like, well, how do we feel about calling them dolls? Which I don't care. But I mean, if you look at the Black Widow, with the artist in Black Widow, I mean, I think some people would label that a doll, and I wouldn't say they're wrong, right? I mean, people style and combing her hair and dressing it, and yeah, it's based on a live action person, but still, I personally wouldn't like that. Could be considered a doll, right? So they're just different looks aesthetically, but yeah, I think they still fall in the same category. So
look at my doll.
Yeah, look at X-Men's doll.
Hey,
here.
look here, everybody. Listen to me right now. You know what I call this? I call this a fucking doll. Guess what? It's still the same shit, y'all.
Yeah,
it's still the same shit.
Yep.
It's a fucking doll.
Deadpool.
It's an action figure. Doesn't fucking matter, dude. Does not fucking matter. I am still every bit the same man that I was yesterday. Though I call it a doll. It doesn't. Hey, look. Come tell me to my face that it ain't a doll. Don't tell me that there's something wrong with me for having a doll. Come tell me. I bet you won't. Bet you won't.
There you go. No said.
That's a badass figure, though, Dave.
He is. He is really good. Yeah.
I got him right there. I got him on I gave him a motorcycle, a red and black motorcycle, Dave.
Fuck yeah,
I'll send you pictures. I'll send you pictures, Dave.
There you go, and add them to the group. And yeah,
I kind of want a dollhouse, honestly.
John, that like a 6-scale dollhouse.
Yeah.
Oh,
something to make a big ass diorama with.
That'd be huge, though. That'd be huge. Johnny Chronicles here. Okay, so you all made your point. Okay, got it. Note taken, JC. That being said, is anyone in the panel gonna buy these figures? All right. So yeah, this is kind of what I was going back to. Is like if you've, I enjoyed the movie. I like I said, the music, but these aren't figures that I need representation of. Just because like I don't. These figures aren't. As long as I agree they do look good and they'll pop, but it's not something that I need representation of that movie. And I've said that about like Back to the Future, for example. I enjoyed the movies, love the movies, but I personally don't need figures from that movie, and I haven't gotten any Back to the Future figures, so that falls in that category. But I don't know. And anyone else in the panel? I think anyone else getting these? I think you said you were all passing on these, all right?
Yeah, no, I'm glad he asked that question because, like me, if I had the space and the money to just do whatever, I'd buy them. Yeah. I think they look cool, but like also, I still don't have Hera. I still don't have God Loki. I canceled him because there's too much else happening right now that's more important. But eventually I will get. So there's a lot of stuff that I need for my collection that's more important to me than these are. That's not to say that I would not have them. It's just, you know, they don't
selective. Yep.
They don't rank where a Loki ranks for me, or where a Hera or a Sabine, which I still need also. So I'm kind of building my way towards the stuff that I need to have for my collection as I envision it. These don't really fit into that vision, but they look pretty fucking cool. I wouldn't be mad at having them.
Yeah. Anyone else got any thoughts on that aspect of getting these, or versus not, or any thoughts or interests?
I haven't seen the movie.
Right. Gotcha. No, that's fair. And people said the same thing about Jinx, right? And that they haven't seen the show, so they passed on the figure. Great figure though, but yeah. So that one on the other hand, that one I did love. I love the character design of Jinx. Awesome figure. So I'm definitely getting that one. Like I said, I got Vi also. So yeah, another comparison then, right? People were openly accepting and saying how badass Arcane was, which it was. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not doubting that, but it's just like it seems like they're more open to that than they are with K-pop Demon Hunters, and they just and if you haven't seen it, that's fine too. Going back to apologies if I missed. We got Offeval Eli. I don't know if I said that right, but saying hi. Thank you for coming through. Appreciate it. I don't think I've seen you before, but yeah, appreciate you stopping by. All right, so this kind of goes into what Moose was just kind of touched on earlier. So now, other related topic, buying Hot Toys figures in general. Again, Stitch specifically. I was thinking of Stitch, and now these. I heard people say that they're going to get these for their kids, which is fair. But you know, they're like Clinton Martin and Moose mentioned earlier. They are doing smaller scale versions, right? Mattel and Hasbro are also doing the versions of these, and the same thing with Stitch. I'm sure you can get, you know, like a less expensive version of those characters. So I don't know. It's kind of interesting how, you know, parents, and again, to each their own, right? If you want to buy your kids these, and that I definitely understand. It's up to obviously the choice of the kids and the parents. But out of the argument that these would sell well if you bought them for your kids, I don't know if that would hold, because you have less expensive options. Again, like Hasbro, Mattel offerings for those, and so I don't think, although there will be some who will do that, I don't think they'll sell too many in that instance. I don't know. What are you guys' thoughts on that? On buying figures like these and Stitch for kids?
I don't think it's viable, because like maybe I can see maybe just maybe Stitch, but also you've got how many plush dolls out there that do just as well. Like, you're not gonna buy a $200+ Stitch like that for your 8-year-old kid.
And let them chew on it. Yeah, let them chew on it.
Yeah, when you're at, about 8 years old, but
maybe pull your eyes out, you know, make it worthless, make it like worth a $10 figure now as a piece of garbage. You know, that's not going to happen. No one's going to do that. You know, you're better off just buying a toy. Kids play with toys. Adults play with collectibles.
Yeah.
Yes. Which is why it's weird, because right, like, and you do have some people like Adam, for instance. His daughter is 18 now, and they kind of share in the collecting passion, right? So that's a different thing. Like, he's getting Rumi for his daughter, and that's a whole different situation. But if you've got like a 10-year-old who likes the show,
no matter how old,
but he's embarrassed to say, "I want to get that figure. I'm going to get my daughter. Get it for my daughter."
Yeah.
Like,
well, no matter how old your child gets, you're still going to refer to it as your kid. So it all depends on the child's age. Like, you're typically not buying Hot Toys for a 4-year-old. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're buying Hot Toys for your responsible child, that they can freaking either choose what they want to do with it later on down the road. That's those people like Adam, who are more responsible. You know, you're not playing Mr. Mom or anything like that. Buy it for their child, because they know how to deal with a collectible.
Yeah, I agree. That's where I was going with too, right?
Years ago?
The what?
Remember the Sideshow commercial years ago? The guys, you know, this collector, It comes out and looks at his D12 and all the figures are gone.
Yeah.
He looks outside. You see this kid playing with him, like trashing him in the sand. Like, oh no! And he's like, he dropped the cup, you know.
I've seen that, and I can't watch that
My
I can't watch that ever
9-year-old
again.
knows to be careful with these collectibles when he comes in here. He asks to see them every once in a while, and I'll let him look at them as long as he's ain't got shit on his hands.
Yeah,
but
chocolate or Cheeto fingers. Yeah,
But he knows to be responsible and be gentle with him if he's ever in here. Not to be too rough on them.
Right. You be careful. Yeah, you taught him well. You got to lay the ground rules down. Yeah, no, I agree. That's where I was going with too. Yeah, I mean, like it obviously depends on the age, right? If they're like kind of like my kids are elementary school age, and so yeah, I wouldn't buy these for them. But even if I did, like they would know the difference, right? Like they wouldn't know what a Hot Toys is unless I told them the quality, well, quote unquote, of it versus something else. As long as they have, all they see is like for Stitch example, they just see Stitch, so it doesn't matter who it's coming from. They just like have a Stitch toy, and so going like the cheaper version that you can get at Walmart or Target would be good enough for them. And then like Moose was saying, I mean the way they play with it, they're probably gonna be playing with it rough anyways, and so it just wouldn't be. I mean, again, some people who still don't care and they would buy this anyways, but I know like if they play rough with it, how long would that actually last? And so no, I get that. I see that part of it. Also, like appreciation, like you guys are like Moose was just, or sorry, like Beam was just touching on, like I mean for older kids, and like we have Adam in the chat. Thank you for coming through, Adam. Adam 12 in the house.
Hey.
Friend of the channel here says I'm buying them for my kid, but she's 18. Yeah, exactly. I would not have bought these two for her when she was 8 unless I kept it in the case until she was older. Yeah, no, that's another alternative too, right? If you hold on to it and until they're ready to, like you feel like they're ready to be able to handle these figures. But it's just something I was just kind of thinking about too. I have Grogu, for instance. I bought my Grogu from, I think it was from Walmart, and you squeeze his hand and he actually has like sounds. He does sounds from the show. But I know Hot Toys had their own version that doesn't do sounds, but it does come with it kind of articulates, like I think in the eyes or the ears or something like that. I can't remember what it was, but it was like 1-to-1. But yeah, no, I was good with just that the other version of Grogu, because it kind of gets the job done. But yeah, again, it just goes with preferences. I mean, if you have the money to spend also, and you're like, you know what, I'm just gonna splurge on my kid. I definitely understand that. I mean, I'm not gonna say not to do that. Obviously, you do what you do. It's your money. But there are alternatives out there, right? We were talking about for K-pop Demon Hunters, the Hasbro and which Clint mentioned earlier. I think I saw the Hasbro ones, and those actually look pretty good. So if my kids wanted these figures, I would opt to that one, because I was like, damn, I would think those were pretty good as well. I didn't get too good of a look on those, but yeah, I don't know. Anyone else got any more thoughts to add on that topic in general?
Yeah, kids ain't gonna care about this so much. This is definitely for your more mature aged collectors. This is for an adult collector. This isn't for like a child, unless like maybe like like you're in your mid-teens, and at that point, okay, sure, this is debatable, right? But then you're probably not worried about a $300 figure, especially when you've got, like whoever was saying, $150 you can buy all three of them in the same scale, basically.
Oh yeah, Moose.
And why wouldn't you do that? Because they're so accessible. You can go to Walmart right now and pick that up. That's
exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's again, we go back to that Chatterback Chopper, right? That was one of the reasons why I bought that. Like, it's animatronic, it moves, it makes noises. Where that was like what I think when I bought it was $40. But the Hot Toys one is like $200, and so I saved like myself $200. And I know we already went through the differences in that, and I know Beam ended up getting that as well, the Chatterback Chopper in blue. But yeah, less expensive on that if you want to go that route. But I mean, if you're looking more for accuracy, I know Dave, you kind of more want like scale accuracy, and it just didn't sit right with you getting the Chatterback Chopper. So I understand that, but
paint apps there and were all that, yeah.
Yeah, and so the paint apps. Yeah, you're right. There he is. Yeah, see.
I do kind of want that still too, though.
He's fun, man. He's just like hearing him and yeah. That's so fun. Yeah, I love it. I have that on my work desk. Yeah. Let's see here. We got Just McFly here. Going back, Teddy Ruxpin could talk and had a tape in the back. They could have hooked this up for the 2026. Yeah, man, I had one of those Teddy Ruxpin. Man, that's taking me back. I had a.
Do you think that would work for kids today with everything else that they have with the iPad kids and all that stuff? Do you think something like a Teddy Ruxpin where you put a tape in it and it tells you a story? Do they have the attention span for that nowadays?
It wouldn't be a tape. It would be like probably hook up a USB and like upload some story to it. But I think they would because of the novelty, right? And again, it kind of depends on the age. I think if it actually moved and it was animatronic in his mouth like Teddy Ruxpin did, and the eyes blinked, I think kids would enjoy that, right? Like it's
maybe he needs like a touch screen or something on his belly.
Like the 5 to 8 group might enjoy that.
I think that would definitely
5 to 10.
I don't, but yeah, that's a good question. Yeah, I don't know why they haven't tried that because of course you have like your Tickle Me Elmos and whatever like similar type of like other plushes that make noises. But I think a Teddy Ruxpin would do well. I don't know. I could be wrong, but just because it is different, right? It's like something not. It's like not a tablet or a mobile device.
Because he had a storybook too, right?
Yeah. I think he came with the storybook. Yeah. And different tapes. Yeah,
I wanted one. I never had it, but I wanted it.
Same.
Yeah, it was cool. Yeah, I enjoyed it. It got at times it was creepy, but it was still fun. It was a fun thing to have. Just McFly's adding. I used to put.
Instead.
You need what?
So I ended up getting a 2XL instead. It was a cheaper, like a robot version, just like a little robot that would.
Oh, I see. I think I remember that. Yeah. Just McFly saying I used to put red tapes on Teddy, had him flying and singing back there. Oh, that's cute. That's awesome. Yeah, red tapes. Teddy Ruxpin. Yeah, a red tape. Oh, rap tapes. Sorry.
Rap tapes. Yeah.
Oh, rap tapes. Yeah. Rap tapes.
Yeah, Teddy Ruxpin. Fuck the police.
Yeah. NWA blasting from Teddy Ruxpin. That's funny. Oh man, yeah. How about a Cabbage Patch Kids? I don't know. I think I had one. I can't remember.
I had one.
Garbage Pail Kids. Well, yeah. While we're at it, yep.
I remember them. Yeah, I personally had one, but I remember them.
I had a little bald one. He had the yellow overalls. Yeah.
The Cabbage
My
Patch.
Buddy. I remember My Buddy.
I have My Buddy too.
And me. Yeah.
And Raggedy Ann and Andy.
Yeah. Damn, man. Taking it back.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Glowworms. Remember that shit?
Glowworms. Yep, I remember glowworms.
Yeah, dude.
Glowworms. I had a Popple. Do you remember Popples?
Dude, yeah. I had a big one. I had a couple of little ones.
Yeah.
And the Boglins, dude. That's where it was at.
Boglin.
Those were like the little like rubbery latex kind of puppet like goblin guys that like fit on your hand, and they had a big mouth. And I'll find a picture.
Yeah. I just googled it. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Dude, you can still find them. I had like the great big one that was like orange, and he had the pumpkin face paint on for Halloween. That was my favorite little dude, man. I gotta find one of those.
And yeah, those are so fun. I love my Popple. And then I had a Super Ted. Do you guys remember Super Ted? It was like a cartoon, and they came with the bear. He was like a bear, like that was a superhero. And the stuffed figure, I guess, the plushie was like it was cool. It was so he had like his overcoat thing or whatever. He looked like a teddy bear if you had it on, but it was like a Velcro all through the front. And if you took it off, he had like his red superhero suit with like I think it was like a lightning bolt, and he had his cape on, and so his name was Super Ted, and I had that. I loved that thing, man. It was.
Oh no, I didn't see that.
Yeah, it was really cool. Yeah, I liked it. But man, you guys are taking me back on this here in the chat and the panel. Yeah, good times, man. Definitely good times. Yeah, I remember muscle figures. That I don't remember muscle figures. I don't know. Ash saying I had a glowworm. And Elf, my little brother now has him. Oh, that's awesome. That's cute. He's still keeping it going. Yeah. Stretch Armstrong time. Yeah. Yeah. And Stretch Arm Monsters. Yeah, those are. I didn't have one, but I remember those. Yep. Yeah. Yep. Moose, I'm guessing none of this rings a bell. I think this was like after your time. All these figures that we're talking about, or these plushies, these toys.
Well, toys, I mean, I mean, probably way after my time. You know, it's been like, you know, I had toys in 1960, Captain Action, G.I. Joe, when they were 12 inches tall. You know.
Oh yeah.
So.
Well, that was it,
so,
ladies and gentlemen. Man, we got through.
I love toys, you know, just as much as the next guy. You know, but you know, I can't.
Yeah, he's saying, do you mean Teddy Ruxpin? No, I do remember Teddy Ruxpin. I had one of those earlier, and that's what I was talking about earlier. But no, this was, if you Google Super Ted, you'll see what I'm talking about. It was like a stuffed, like, bear superhero where he had like this like his bear suit basically that made him look like a stuffed bear, like a anthropomorphic bear. But then you can remove the outer, like the fur part, and he had like a superhero suit underneath. And it was based on the cartoon. I'm pretty sure it was a cartoon. But yeah, that's what I was talking about. But yeah, man, fellas, you know, so I just, something I was thinking about, and I kind of noticed, referring back to the topics that I brought up, the whole like cartoon being labeled as for kids, and then buying these, like, you know, for kids, like just toys in general, like these being specifically for kids. So I just thought those were interesting, and but thanks for indulging in that conversation and sharing your thoughts on that. So but yeah, we got through it. Good amount of figures, just about under 3 hours. So I would call that a win in my book. I was kind of worried it was going to go on longer, but yeah, no. And Moose, man, you stayed there through the whole thing. I was surprised. I thought you were going to be passed out by now.
I remember the first figure we were talking about, because I was like, oh Jinx? My god, look at that. Yeah, I was like, my eyes are like watery and everything like that, you know. And so
get your second. But
I'm good now.
Okay. Nice. Yeah, Ash, it was Super Ted. Yeah, that's what it was. Super Ted. Yeah, I think Ted was his name, right? And he was like a superhero, super bear hero. But I will have the links to my panelists' socials in the description, of course. The friends of the channel, will S being his friend of the channel, so you can catch his YouTube channel there. But I'll put under other related links to their socials, their IGs, and or their Facebook stuff. Like I mentioned for Moose there. But aside from that, anything anyone wants to plug here before we jump off? Plug or shout out?
16 Musketeers on Facebook. Moose Stream on YouTube. Hopefully I'm gonna get some figures up tomorrow morning. Hope maybe about, you know, I don't know, people want later or earlier. I think at 11 o'clock is a good time. You know, I mean, people are going to work on Mondays anyways. I'll be streaming to myself probably tomorrow morning anyways. You know, because
if I can,
you know, but I do it at 11 o'clock in the U.S. I mean, on Eastern time. Yeah. That's 8 o'clock. And the worst case scenario is 8 o'clock in California. Never mind Hawaii. You know, and so.
Oh yeah.
And you guys are all going to work at 8 o'clock in the morning. You know, who's going to be up watching streams? I mean, I know some people do BC. BC does streams at 8 a.m. Eastern time. And like, what are people getting? You know, interacting with them at 4 or 5 a.m. Like, you're desperate to get some, you know, get a comment in. But
I don't know. I'll listen. What's that, Beam? You said you're working 9 to 5.
If you're working 9 to 5, then it's an hour before work.
Oh yeah, so. yeah. Now I
know.
I think I might tune in and just have it.
There's also commutes and everything like that. You know, I mean, I leave my house. You know, I mean, I would leave my house anyways. I start at 9. Okay. And, you know, sometimes they let me go in early, you know, so I leave my house no later than 6 if I can. You know, sometimes I'm dragging my ass because, you know, whatever reason, I don't get out of the house till 6:15. And it's 15 minutes makes a big difference in my commute. You know, it just like kills you, you know, if you get late getting out of the house, you know, I mean, and that's just in the morning, 6 a.m. in the morning where I'm going, you know, and so, it's, you know, it's craziness. So, but even if I didn't want to go in early, I still try to go in early just because, you know, I don't want to fight and do a 2-hour commute. If I left at 7 o'clock every day for a 9-hour start time, I would like be in traffic for that whole 2 hours.
Yeah, you beat that traffic. I hear you. Yeah.
An hour and a half, an hour and 45 minutes to go to, you know, I used to start at 10 and sometimes I wouldn't leave till 8. Like, okay, so I leave at 8 and I get to work till like 9:30 or something like that. That's crazy.
Oh yeah, Yeah, man. When I go in the office, same for me. I leave early to beat traffic, and then also try to get some good parking. Where I work, yeah, the parking gets crazy if I go in too long. But there you go. You got Johnny Chronicle says, "I'll be there for you, Moose." And I was gonna say, I'll tune in. I may have you in the background. I don't know if I'll be able to engage in the chat though. But if I'm able to, Moose, I will. Yeah, I'll be there. I'll watching along. So yeah, like I said, I'll put the link in the description below to Moose's channel. And if you're interested on that extreme unboxing.
I haven't set up a link. I haven't set up the thing. I'm trying to get my YouTube working on my laptop,
okay.
so I can do it that way. But it's just as well because I can't bring it to the other room. I don't have a camera that I can use it in the other room. Where I have my table set up. To like I've been doing my streams. In the other room, and next to my muscle rack with my VDS back computer. I'm going to say I'm going to get going, guys, because I am wicked tired right now.
Yeah, you're done. Now you're done. Okay. Well, thanks again, Moose.
I might just trail off and go to sleep.
Okay. Yeah, no worries. All right. Well, have a good night, Moose. But thanks for coming through, man. Appreciate you.
Thank you for letting me participate and rant, and change it.
Yeah.
Bye, guys.
Yeah.
Thanks,
All right. See ya.
Bye, see you.
Later. All right. Anyone else got anything they want to plug or shout out?
Yeah, hit that like button for Feezy. Hit that like button.
Yep.
Hashtag Feezy's20 or we riot.
Like this shit.
Yeah. Or we riot?
But yes. Yeah. And then collector's figure tomorrow. 6-ish, 6:30-ish Central Time.
There you go. Yep. Man, everyone popping in. We got Local Lou popping in here right as we're finishing up. What's poppin', people? What's poppin', Local Lou? Thank you for coming through. You can find him, even though we're all finished. Appreciate you stopping by, saying hi. Yeah, Moose Rant, yeah. And Jim Collector, thank you for coming through, good sir. Yeah, you're just catching us here on the end, but there's always a replay. Yeah, we had some good discussion topics too, and I'll have to I'll put the timestamps in the description also, so you guys can always go back and reference them. I do those manually though, so give me some time to do that. Probably do it sometime tomorrow morning. But yeah, if you're interested in catching the replay, we had some good discussion topics on here. I thought they were good anyways. But as for me, appreciate you all for coming through. Of course, as always on the Sunday night, I know we got to get back on the grind for most of us tomorrow. I think happy Friday to Beam. I think it's Beam's Friday actually, right? Yeah, there you go.
Sure is.
And for anyone else who has the next couple of days off, happy Friday to you all. Like I mentioned on my Feezy's Media channel, I'm looking to do a Bad Batch recap, overview, just give my thoughts on that, because I definitely want to gush about that and get some thoughts on that. And then be on the lookout for that prequel trilogy, that one movie episode. So I'm going to be doing that. I'm not sure when yet, but if you want to just be aware, subscribe for those notifications, and or keep a lookout on my Feezy's Media account, Instagram, and Facebook's the same as my Feezy's Figures. It's kind of confusing, but yeah, I have accounts for those. And then as far as on Feezy's Figures, I don't have anything else scheduled at the moment, but as usual, keep it locked on the channel for the notifications as well on when I'll do either the next figure lowdown. I covered all the Hot Toys so far, so I'm caught up for now. All right, we'll see what Hot Toys brings before their Lunar New Year, their Chinese New Year. Right? Is that what's coming up? Or what is it?
Chinese New Year.
Right? Yeah. So we'll see what comes from that. But of course, anything that comes out, I'll be covering it when I can, when I'm able to. And see here, make sure I don't forget anything. Yeah, I mean, with that, thank you all again. Please take care of yourselves out there. I know it's getting crazier, but yeah, just be safe and take care of yourselves out there. Just enjoy what you can, right? Enjoy what you can in this life. But with that, I'll catch you all in the next one. Thank you for coming. Let me see here. Let me get this video. Right, here we are, and we are out.